Let's see. High school, Buckeyes, Browns, kids in the retention pond. It must be Football Friday.
Sponsored by Tansky Sawmill Toyota.
Football is good. The Fan. Rise and grind, ladies and gentlemen. It's about to get bumpy. Time to attack and dominate. This is Morning Juice with Brandon Beam and Bobby Carpenter.
And here we go on a Football Friday, attacking and dominating our way to 9 a.m. every single weekday morning right here on The Fan. Brandon Beam, the General Bobby Carpenter, and of course our fearless leader and producer Mark the Shark out on vacay. He's back on Monday. We got our man Bodie Wells behind the glass with us here this morning. Bobo, we've navigated our way here to a Friday of the football variety. What's going on, buddy? Good to talk to you.
It's great to talk to you, Beam. Some great football was on last night.
And some not great football.
Well, it depends on what side of the ball you were looking at here.
Yep.
But yeah, some entertaining games. Kyle McCord maybe doesn't think so. Told Will Levis to hold his beer.
Kyle.
Yeah, it was a rough start for him. Great. The Vikings-Rams game was great. Good to the last drop there.
Yep.
Some calls, some no calls. Stafford getting juicy.
Mm-hmm.
Looking.
Sam Darnold getting his face ripped off in the end zone, not calling a
you got to
face
be able to
mask.
see it.
Yeah.
If you don't see it, it's not a penalty.
Even though the ref was standing literally right in the eyesight of that happening.
I mean, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe he had some cash on the game, Beam.
May have.
But it was a fun night. Dude, we got a big weekend here. Feels like it's been like an eternity since Ohio State has played a game.
100%.
So excited to get back in the saddle for that. And excited to share this Friday with you.
I'm glad that we don't have to wait all day tomorrow to play a football game. I'm glad to that.
I could wait till 3:30.
No, you want to get this right out of the way. You want to do a noon banger.
And have more time to tailgate.
Everybody loves the tailgate. Why don't you just get to the stadium earlier?
I am going to get to the stadium earlier, but I'd like to be able to sleep in a little bit longer. I wake up early every day, Beam.
What do you think Goggins would say about you saying that?
It's
right
fine.
now?
I'm going to go wake up at 4:45 and go set up our tailgate.
I'll be honest with you. That sounds terrible.
I mean, that's physical activity, like setting things up. It takes usually about a half hour, 40 minutes, go back home. But in this case, like I'll go back home for maybe an hour and then just turn around at daybreak and drive on back.
What time's it getting light out? I mean, we don't have any windows in this building right now. Is it like a 7-ish? Like the light starts coming out?
I don't know. I see the same thing you do.
Yeah, you're right. I guess that's a good question. Bodie, you were on PTO yesterday. What time did the sun come up?
Bodie was asleep.
I was going to say that's exactly right. Yeah. I will say, though, I do miss our old building. Feels like a prison in here.
Oh, yeah, it does.
No
it doesn't
sunlight.
feel like
they
a prison.
don't feed us.
It is a prison.
What was your least favorite part? What was your least favorite part of prison, Mike? The Dementors flying around. Yeah. All they fed us was gruel. Yeah, I mean, it really does. I have no idea what time it gets light out anymore.
But you.
You, my friend.
The bell of the ball.
You would be the bell of the ball. We got an awesome show lined up for you here this morning. Ryan Day coach's show yesterday said this Buckeye football team needs to be better situationally. So we'll get into that. You'll hear from him coming up here in our next segment around 6:18. Lee Sterling, ParamountSports.com. He's going to join us. We'll talk all things through your Big Ten slate from a wagering perspective with Lee Sterling and Paramount Sports coming up here around 6:33 this morning. 7:20. Jackets insider Jeff Svoboda. He's going to join us. Jackets feeling good coming off that victory over the Maple Leafs on Tuesday. They're in Nashville. I think they're leaving tonight. They're having a game tomorrow down there at 8 o'clock. So Jackets insider Jeff Svoboda going to join us at 7:20. Austin Ward at 7:33. And then, of course, AJ Hawk. He's going to join us at 8:33. Well, we're going to preview FAC, a.k.a. Friday Afternoon Club, with him coming up here at 8:33. Maybe a little recap of his Halloween party as well.
Yeah.
And your hair dye that you had last weekend. So
about Jakima.
all kinds of good stuff coming up here on the show. Before we get into anything else today, it's Friday. It's the 25th day of October, 2024. Time for Today in History.
Time to get smarter. Morning Juice presents Today in History. Here's your professor, Bobby Carpenter.
Sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP.
All right, Bob, what you got lined up for us this morning, buddy?
Oh, we got a lot on the calendar. It says it's 10:25. The sheet that Bodie gave me says it's 10:23, so we're moving backwards in the time continuum right now.
Yeah.
299th day. So the Buckeyes will be taking on Nebraska on day 300, Beam. How's that sound?
Sounds good. I need him to perform like the 300 Spartans.
Schleich says he needs them to preform.
Yeah,
so I'm not sure exactly what that means, but we'll figure it out. A lot of good stuff going on today, Beam. One of my favorite, I guess you'd call it poems, little literary works, if you will, back in 1854, the Battle of Balaclava.
Nice.
During the Crimean War, that battle was then immortalized in the narrative, The Charge of the Light Brigade.
Okay.
Really enjoyed that one. It was the one poem I read in British Lit that was like, this is about some war and something that's entertaining.
It's pretty good.
It's better than the other stuff that we're reading. So enjoyed that. This date, 1964. Rothman, he's going to be a sad clown today. Jim Marshall of the Minnesota Vikings, played like 20 years, forever. Hall of Famer, great player. Buckeye, by the way. Runs 66 yards in the wrong direction for a safety, calling it the wrong way TD.
Looking. Now stops, throws, completes it to Kilmer up at the 30-yard line. Kilmer driving for the first down, loses the football. It's picked up by Jim Marshall, who's running the wrong way. Marshall is running the wrong way. And he's running it into the end zone the wrong way. Thinks he scored a touchdown. He has scored a safety. His teammates were running along the far side of the field, Russ, trying to tell him to go back.
Yeah, I mean, Dan Lanning would have had one of his teammates run on the field to turn him around.
Exactly.
Get that 12th, elusive 12th man. This date, 1990, Evander Holyfield knocks out James Buster Douglas in 3 rounds to win the heavyweight boxing crown of the world.
And there is the left hook underneath. Holyfield's a wonderful body puncher, and that's part of the reason he became cruiserweight champion and has moved ahead so well in the heavyweight ranks. What a shot by Evander Holyfield! It was a twisting right, and down went Douglas. There's a new heavyweight champion of the world, and his name is Evander Holyfield. And how much more unlikely could this scenario be? Not Douglas winning early, not Holyfield throwing a left hand. It is, instead of Douglas's right, it's Holyfield's right that creates a one-punch knockout. I don't think anyone would have expected this scenario to come about. It ends in round 3. Douglas still down. Holyfield being hugged and congratulated. Lou Duba in the center of things. Evander Holyfield is the new heavyweight champion of the world.
I'll tell you what. It's great to hear a boxing clip, and then you can hear the second that someone's knocked out.
Oh, yeah, the big shot.
Yeah.
Like, it was a big thud. Took him down, the Columbus native.
Whammy.
Been knocked out after defeating Mike Tyson earlier. This day, 1999, Payne Stewart, the Knickerman, dies in a jet crash, driving their Learjet, passed away, crashing outside of South Dakota. Little juice vampire there.
Yep.
Some birthdays, Pablo Picasso, famous painter, born on this date, 1881. And Bob Knight, Buckeye, longtime Hoosiers coach, born on this date in 1940.
Wait a minute, there's something forming here. It says, what a question.
I'm really disappointed in the of course, progress that we've made. God, this show. Take this show and forget.
If it amazes you, then you don't know anything about basketball. You're illuminating your relative lack of knowledge of the game with a statement like that.
Final question, Coach. Let Eric, I'll tell him when it's a goddamn fight. You just sit there, and when I get tired, then they can stick those pencils up their ass.
When my time on earth is gone and my activities here are past, I want they bury me upside down and my critics can kiss my...
Probably the greatest poem ever.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
My activity here hath passed. I hope they bury me upside down. Bob Knight, the legend, passed away last year. One of the great ones.
I love that someone put the Vivaldi behind it.
Oh, absolutely.
It's nice.
I mean, it really helps talk about how sophisticated he was.
Yeah.
Political commentator James Carville turning 80 today. Dan Gable, longtime Iowa coach, set 117-1 in his wrestling career at Iowa State.
Crazy.
Lost his final match as a senior, or would have went undefeated at the time.
When you and I were talking about this yesterday, I was like, yeah, 4-time NCAA champions. You said no. three-time, lost his last match as a senior.
Won a gold medal. They said it still didn't quench it. Went to Iowa as the head coach and won 15 national championships as a head coach there. Yeah, not bad. Turning 76 today. Chad Smith, drummer of the Red Hot Chili Peppers, turning 63.
I feel like depending on my mood, I have a different favorite Red Hot Chili Pepper song.
They're so versatile.
They are.
All over the place.
They are.
That sounded really good yesterday, and it was good today, but I don't know if I would have chose that one this morning.
Stick knife. Gun show.
Maybe Aeroplane.
Yeah, that's a good one, too.
I enjoyed that one immensely. Turning 53 today, 8-time All-Star, 3-time Cy Young winner, Pedro Martinez with his greatest punch-out of all time.
You'll remember that Pedro Martinez hit Greg Jeffries. Got him on the right elbow. Jeffries had to leave the game. And now in a bunt situation, you can see this pitch coming right in at Pedro's left knee. And then Pedro gets decked, and here they go. Pedro throws his helmet at Mike Williams, and a huge pile out in the middle of the field. Here come the bullpens, and the umpires now stand back and take numbers. Down in the middle of that pile, Pedro Martinez and Mike Williams.
Don Zimmer going to get him. Some good ones there, charging the mound. I wanted the Don Zimmer, but Mike Williams will suffice. Oh, goodness. Katy Perry, singer, turning 40. Turning 26 today. Former Padre, current Yankee, Guardian Slayer.
Oh, no.
Juan Soto.
This will be pitch number 7. The count is still 1-2. Gaddis Soto, a high fly ball to center. Thomas backing up. Thomas at the track. And Juan Soto! A 3-run home run! Soto magic in Game 5! Incredible moment as Juan Soto goes deep to give the Yankees a 5-2 lead in the 10th inning.
We didn't need that.
We didn't, but it sounded good yesterday when I wanted to pull it up. It is the last Friday in October, which means it's Frankenstein Day and International Bandana Day. How about that? National Greasy Foods Day beam. That sounds good. Sourest Day. Punk for a Day. World Pasta Day and World Pizza Makers Day. Oh, there we go.
There's that 6:15 alarm.
Yeah, it was nice from Wednesday. Too bad we don't need it anymore. And those are historical events, your birthdays, your passings, your holidays, observances for this date, October 25th, the 299th day of the year, 67 days remaining this 2024.
Good job on that, Bob, as always. Ryan Day said this Buckeye team needs to be in better situationally. You'll hear from him next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good morning. Right now, we are still watching the ramp from 161 eastbound to 270 northbound shut down because of overnight work. Also watching a crash off of London Groveport Road at Groveport Road on the southeast side. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
Men, you already know that as we age, low testosterone can cause many issues, including decreased energy, bad sleep, a lower sex drive, and more. And if you're like most men, getting treated for low T can truly change your life. But it's also important where you get treated, because your health matters, and a quality medical practice that has true expertise in men's sexual health can help you get the best outcome. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, the leader in treating low T and other men's sexual health issues in the area. And if you're feeling like I just described and haven't yet sought treatment, or if you're not satisfied with the treatment you're currently receiving, I'd invite you to call us. At Tri-State Men's Health, our expertise is men's sexual health. It's all we do. We've successfully treated thousands of men for low T, and we offer a true 5-star experience that is like no other. If you're like most men, you'll be astounded at our service and at the results of our treatments. So make an appointment today. Your initial visit is only $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com.
We've seen it before. Politicians and lobbyists playing games, drawing voting maps to keep power in their hands, not ours. Courts have ruled Ohio's voting districts unconstitutional 7 times, while our communities have been left out again and again. But this November, you have a chance to change that with Issue 1. Issue 1 will make it illegal for politicians to manipulate voting districts for themselves or their own party. Instead, it creates an open, transparent process where a diverse group of citizens, not politicians, will draw the lines. No more backroom deals, no more gerrymandering, just fairer maps that represent our communities. Issue 1 gives you and me the power to ensure everyone's vote counts. This is about real change, a chance to end the games and make our voices heard. So vote yes on Issue 1, fair representation, and power to the people. Paid for by citizens, not politicians.
The Fan app is about to become your new best friend. Your one-stop shop for all your favorite fan shows. ESPN Columbus and BetQL. Live or on demand, listen on your schedule. Download the 97.1 The Fan app today. It's free. Do it.
A vote for Sherrod Brown is a vote against Donald Trump. Sherrod Brown has spent 31 years in Washington, D.C., backing radical liberal policies.
Late-term partial birth abortion, where the baby is partially delivered alive. Trans biological men in girls' sports and bathrooms. Puberty blockers and even sex change surgery for children. Amnesty for 11 million illegal immigrants.
Brown's liberal policies are the opposite of the Trump agenda, and Brown would oppose Trump at every turn. To undo the damage of the last 4 years, President Trump and Ohio need Republican Bernie Moreno in the Senate. 6 more years of Sherrod Brown? He's for they, them, not you. Sherrod Brown has let us down. He's way too liberal for Ohio.
Senate Leadership Fund paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. www.senateleadershipfund.org.
Did you and your family lose Ohio Medicaid and need health coverage? Check this out. You may be eligible to enroll in a low-cost health plan at healthcare.gov. With the new law, 4 out of 5 customers can find a plan for $10 or less per month with financial help. Healthcare.gov offers quality plans that cover doctor visits, prescriptions, emergency care, and more. Healthcare.gov is here for you. Enroll today for coverage starting the 1st of next month. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Voting. It's more than just a right, it's a responsibility. November 5th is Ohio's general election, and we encourage you to make your voice heard. Ohio offers 3 convenient ways to vote: voting on Election Day, early in person, and absentee voting. No matter the method you choose, you can be confident that your vote is secure and your voice will be heard. Go to voteohio.gov to learn more. Sponsored by Ohio Secretary of State Frank LaRose.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Time now to check in on that weather report. Today, looking at cloudy skies with a few showers, high 73. Saturday, partly cloudy, high 62. Then on Sunday, temperatures will be a little bit cooler. We'll be looking at mostly sunny skies with a high of 60. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your 10 TV weather impact forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
FanDuel is the exclusive online sportsbook partner of Morning Juice. Just sign up at FanDuel.com/juice. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Beam has a baby face. Bobby has soft hands. That should not stop you from listening to this show. This is Morning Juice.
The Fan is now live on YouTube. Now you can watch all your favorite shows. Saturday morning, you can even see our pregame and our tailgate shows live from campus beginning at 6:30 a.m.
Oh, boy.
That's right. And after the game, you can watch me, Tim, and the rest of our post-game coverage. Go to the YouTube page, subscribe to the Fan's YouTube page, which will be great. Good morning to everybody interacting in the chat already. Garen, Aaron, good morning to those guys. Ryan Day having his coach's show yesterday. Don't want to get those two confused. And I thought this would be interesting, Bob. Him talking about needing to be a good situational football team. And here was Ryan Day yesterday again from his coach's show.
When we need touchdowns, we get down in the red zone. It's a huge part of winning the situations down there. Same thing on defense. You got to win in the red zone. There's a lot of areas you got to win. And the areas that, we've really honed in on, especially coming off the last game, is turnovers. You got to win the turnover battle. We said it over and over again. Coaches say it till they're blue in the face, but it's true. So we got to take care of the football. We got to win, the rushing yards. You got to stop the run, and you got to run the ball. That's it. So we're just going to keep hammering that home. I thought we had a good week of practice and continue to work on those things. And then obviously the X plays. Now, we actually won the X plays in that game, but we gave up too many explosive plays. We gave up 10 explosive plays. We had 11. And so, you're not going to win games when that happens. And so, it's been addressed. We've worked through that. We're focused on moving forward, but all of those situations come into play, whether it's third down or 2-minute red zone. But we know those red zone trips are going to be important for us, even in this week when we start against Nebraska.
It had been a while since I had looked at the actual box score of the Oregon game, and when Ryan Day said that Ohio State had more explosive plays than Oregon, my jaw about hit the floor. I'm I couldn't believe that they had more explosive.
You got to think Trey had a couple runs.
Yeah.
They had some nice passes. Nothing like crazy over the top through the air, but they did have some big chunks.
Oregon's were just monsters.
Well, and they were backbreakers in the second half.
Yeah.
That's part of it. But Ohio State moved the ball. They scored 31 points and put themselves in position to be able to score again.
They had 500 yards of offense, too. They were almost 1,000 in the game.
So, that's part of it. It wasn't like it was all completely one-sided. It's okay. It's like, hey, what happened? Well, we turned the football over. You had the turnover by Quinshon, the fumble, and then obviously the special teams issues that, they're working on and working through. And I think Ryan's taking a lot more onus on that now, especially, coming out of the bye week to make sure those things don't happen again.
What about the offensive line depth? We know that Josh Simmons is out for the remainder of the year. He stated that on Tuesday during his press conference. What about the depth of the offensive line right now?
I thought Zen, fought pretty hard in the game, and so now he's got an opportunity to prepare like a starter in this game. And they bring multiple fronts and different looks, so he'll get challenged in this game, and they come hard on defense. So he's earning the respect of his teammates every day in practice. Has done that before, and we had mentioned before that there was a little bit of an illness that went on during the preseason camp, and so a bunch of guys got thrust into positions, and Donovan missed some time, so a bunch of guys had to go in there and play. And so although early on it wasn't that clean, I think it really helped our depth as we knew we may be in this situation. Certainly it hurts to lose Josh, who's becoming a very, very good player. So it's a big loss for us. But great opportunity for Zen and a bunch of us really trust in what he's been doing in practice and looking forward to seeing him play.
Listen, I saw the PFF numbers, and again, take the PFF numbers with a grain of salt. Ohio State has their own grading
metric,
system.
though.
It's a metric. It can help you. It can help you figure out some things. Denzel Burke's PFF numbers from Oregon, obviously very bad. Zen Mahalski's PFF numbers against Oregon, also bad. And I didn't notice Zen Mahalski one time, during that game, which to me as an offensive lineman, you don't notice an offensive lineman, whether that be procedure penalties, whether that be holding penalties, whether that be getting beat on a rush, whether that be gobbling up some running back in the backfield. I didn't notice Zen Mahalski at all. it's going to be a big challenge replacing Josh Simmons for the remainder of the year.
Josh Simmons was potential first-round caliber player.
Tough. That's tough.
There's going to be some drop there, but we'll see what that looks like. And can he, each week, here's the critical piece. Each week, can he begin to close that gap? Hopefully that he's not as good to tomorrow as he will be by Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
That's the goal. Is that you're good enough to win and you're going to have to do what you need to do, but you keep on improving each and every week with reps in the game and gaining confidence.
And it stinks, too, because I feel like this Ohio State offensive line, we have talked ad nauseum about that for the last few years, Bob, the offensive line and the lack of push and all these different kinds of crazy things that's happening with Ohio State, and they can't establish the run, and they're not able to get things done. I feel like they were turning the corner finally, and then, boom, Josh Simmons out for the year.
Yeah, it was that's a tough one, man, because it's early in the season. Well, I guess the halfway point about. But, if it's going to happen, you lose a guy, you get him in, and he went into a pretty difficult environment and was thrust in. Now, like Ryan said, he gets the chance to prepare like a start of the full week, get all of the reps, and be able to settle in because next week is going to be a hornet's nest over Penn State.
Do you feel like of the time that you played at Ohio State, how many wins do you feel like the defense was responsible for?
What does that mean?
I'm just saying,
all of them.
If you break it down to 100%, Bob, special teams, offense, defense, what percentage do you feel like the defense carried?
That's a loaded question. I would have to say probably 65.
Okay.
60.
I think that's fair.
2/3 maybe.
I think that's fair.
We had Nuge. He was probably carrying 25%, and then the offense
So
is
that's 90.
the remainder. I mean, there was a game that we beat NC State. What would have been 15 plus 7, 22 to like 13 or 22 to like 16 in 2004. Now, it was interesting.
22-14.
22-14. You know our one touchdown, what it was, Beam? Dante Whitner intercepted a ball and ran it to the 1 yard line. You know how many times it took us to score? 4. 4. We had the ball on the 1 yard line.
You get 4 tries.
We do. We had the start of the drive was first and goal on the 1. And it took us 4 cracks. Now, granted, that was a defense that had Manny Lawson, Mario Williams, like they were good.
Mm-hmm.
But we were on the 1 to start the drive. We had 5 field goals.
The reason I ask you that question is because Ryan Day talked about like the reciprocation, how the offense can help the defense, how the defense can help the offense yesterday.
Well, the first thing is to win, and it's like, we talk a lot about, what are the goals of the offense, what are the goals of the defense. When we get to that fourth quarter and the offense has the ball, go score and win the game. When the defense gets out there, it's got to get a stop. Go get a stop to win the game. And that's complementary football. It doesn't matter what the score is. The score could be 6-3, score could be 65-61. You got to go win the game. So that's the first thing. I think the other thing, though, is just understanding, what you're doing with your opponent. Is it an opponent where you want to get some tempo going and try to, lengthen the game, or do you want to shorten the game based on what's going on? So those are all things that come into play. But at the end of the day, when you're on defense, get off the field. When you get the ball in your hands, go score touchdowns.
Breaking it down to brass tacks there at the end.
I will say this, like Ryan said, ultimate goal is to win, playing complementary football. And so Tress always knew that we had a really good defense and really good special teams. So offensively, they wouldn't usually push tempo. They wouldn't do a lot of crazy things to put the defense in a bad spot. Now, when we would get a turnover on our own 40 and he would play for a 55-yard field goal, that would be frustrating sometimes.
Or a coffin corner punt.
Yes.
Field flipper.
And that's what he would, like, hey, we're running a draw on 3rd and 12 to get 8 yards. So, like, we didn't even have a chance of getting that. He's like, but it's 8 yards added to the punt. I'm like, what?
And it's 40 seconds off the clock.
Exactly. And those things do matter, though. Yeah. Like, there's a point where I'm like, we can be a little more aggressive, okay? Just give us the hope.
Holy Buckeye was pretty aggressive.
Not really, because they were supposed to throw it to Ben on the Hartsock on the shallow, on the tight end on the over. But, he went up top. But, like, our offense would make plays. But, like, here's the Tress's keys to the game. And we always joke, like, superior is not a joke. Superior special units, mistake-free, opportunistic offense, relentless defense. I'm like, why do we have to be the ones? If that sounds like the hardest job of all.
Mistake-free offense, relentless defense.
Mistake-free, opportunistic. Like, I found $20 on the ground.
Here's some points.
Like, defense, relentless.
Why are you putting that tag on me?
Exactly.
It's always me.
This is... We have a bro open segment next, right?
Lee Sterling.
Oh, before we get to Lee. Actually, gosh. Okay.
We're doing it at 7?
Yes. It's a great story about Tress and really surmising what our plans were and what our goals were from our 2014.
We'll put a pin in that. We'll come back to that at 7 o'clock. Lee Sterling at ParamountSports.com. He's going to join us. We'll break down the Big Ten slate from a wagering perspective with him next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good morning. Right now, we are watching a crash off of Groveport Road, right at London Groveport Road. Crews working to clear that out right now. Also, still watching the ramp from 161 eastbound to 270 northbound shut down on the northeast side. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Prime Sports. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit primesportsbook.com and use promo code JUSTSPORTS for a welcome bonus of up to $100.
Football is all about scoring big, and so is Hinderer Motor Company. This is Justin Hinderer. With 4 dealerships and a collision center, you're sure to find the perfect vehicle. Plus, every vehicle purchase comes with a lifetime powertrain warranty. Our Carvenience service picks up your car, gives you a rental, and returns it without you lifting a finger. Score big today. Experience the difference and visit HindererMotorCompany.com. We love what moves you.
From the mind of a 2-foot-tall talking spokes puppet comes this year's biggest challenge. It's time for Bob's Dare to Compare, the hottest game show on TV that asks, what happens when you compare Bob's to the competition? You get style. You get quality. You get beeps and boops and dings and whomps. And thousands of dollars in savings. Everyone's a winner when you dare to compare with Bob's Discount Furniture. Shop in store or at mybobs.com to play now.
The higher your credit card rate, the longer it will take you to pay off your balances. Plus, you're paying a lot more interest than you need to. Switch to a Platinum Rewards Visa from Kemba Financial Credit Union with super low everyday rates on purchases, a full year interest-free and balance transfers, and unlock unlimited 2% cash back for a limited time. You'll also get exclusive perks like 24/7 support, ID theft protection, and roadside assistance. Apply at Kemba.org. Restrictions apply. Offer ends October 31st, 2024.
Welcome to the plus side, where a AAA Plus membership means that an empty gas tank won't keep you from a full day, and where a dead battery can't stop you from being the life of the party. Because on the plus side, roadside mishaps don't have to ruin your day. With AAA Plus, tire changes, battery swaps, and emergency fuel are just a tap away. AAA gets to you faster, and if you need a tow, we'll take you further. Become a member today and experience peace of mind on the plus side. Towing is subject to a 7-day waiting period. Terms and conditions apply.
Football season is here, and we have so much stuff. One station isn't enough. Find even more pigskin on ESPN Columbus.
Set your second preset to AM 1460 or 97.1 FM HD2, or listen on the Fan app.
Your home of the Buckeyes, the Fan.
Common Man here for Jermaine Lexus of Dublin and Easton. If your fall is anything like the people in my neighborhood, your weekends are full of driving kids to endless soccer things. So if you're going to be on the road, be as comfortable as possible. 4 out of 5 doctors recommend a new Lexus. That's not true, but I recommend it. Deal time, 2.99% finance rate on a 2024 RX. That's madness. 4.49% finance rate for a 2025 NX. And you can get up to $5,000 lease cash for a 2024 RX. Check them out online, GermainLexus.com.
Texting enrolls you into reoccurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text BREAK to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text BREAK to 321-321. That's BREAK to 321-321.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. And when it comes to fall, we often think of those cooler temperatures, the trees changing colors, the bonfires in the evening, and of course, football season. We less often think of those home projects that we've been neglecting or failed to finish up before those harsh Ohio winter hits. If you need to have your roof inspected or it's on your to-do list, you can ensure that Newman Roofing will get you ready for those harsh winter storms. The team over at Newman has you covered, and they're family-owned and locally operated right here in Central Ohio since 1992. The 3 generations that have been in the roofing industry, they have the expertise to handle any issue you may be facing with your roof. Folks, they took care of my roof. They did a fantastic job. They're the experts, and they will give you the white glove treatment, because when your name is on it, it just means more. So if you need your roof repaired or replaced this fall, call the company you can trust. That's Newman Roofing at newmanroofing.com or 614-NEW-ROOF.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. FeelGreatColumbus.com. The Fan.
A radio show hosted by 2 former football players, one slightly more successful than the other. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Football weekend just underway. Enjoy all the NFL action with a chance to win on FanDuel. That'd be America's #1 sportsbook. New customers, you bet $5. You're not going to get 1, not 2, but $300 in bonus bets if you want to bet on the game. Yeah, the Parlay Hub, Bob. I know you like to spend your time in there. Popular bets, FanDuel Squares, little over-unders tab, quick bets, all kinds of different stuff that you can get in there on the FanDuel app.
The Parlay Hub sounds like a lot of fun, Beam.
Yes, it does.
Pick your own numbers in the squares. It's even better. Just visit FanDuel.com/juice to make every moment more this season. FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of the NFL. Must be 21 order in present Ohio. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit was required. Bonus issued is now withdrawable bonus bets to expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
At this time, every single Friday, we head out to the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline, checking with our great friend at ParamountSports.com. He is Lee Sterling. Lee, thanks for the time. Always appreciate it. Lots of good stuff going on here. Let's keep it specifically to the Big Ten. How's that sound, Lee? Let's do a little brother, big brother. Got a rivalry game. We'll start you off with Michigan State at Michigan tomorrow evening, 7:30 kick. Michigan, Lee, favored in this game, only by a handful of points. Saw it at 4, seen it at 5. What do you like in this one?
This is crazy. I mean, Michigan State travels to their number one rival, having lost their last 2 games to Big Brother by a combined 71-point margin, including getting shut out last year, 49-0. So you know they'll be focused. But here's the problem. Michigan State last week, they were coming off a bye. For some reason, Iowa just forgot how to tackle here. They just stuffed Cade McNamara. Michigan State being off the bye, I think, was one of the biggest factors in helping them prepare for that game. And here's the problem going forward, though. I still don't trust this kid, Aiden Childs. I mean, he has some great moments. Maybe later in the season or next year I start trusting him. This might be the game he throws 3 interceptions with some crazy results, like last week's Indiana whitewash in Nebraska. Maybe Michigan rebounds here 27-17.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There you go. Staying in the Big Ten, a little Indiana and Washington. Big one for the Hoosiers off that big win.
Yeah, and now they're going to play a Washington team coming off of a bye. So do I think Washington's great? No. I mean, they're just like Michigan. They're way down from last year. But with that bye, I think they'll be able to prepare. They still have a quarterback that can throw the football, a couple good receivers, a running back, maybe one of the top 15 running backs, but people just don't follow it. They actually outgained Iowa 393 to 328. That result was very misleading here. We're going to go with a shocker of the weekend in the Big Ten. Wrong team favored.
Ooh.
Huskies outright 31-30 over Indiana.
Whoa, Lee.
Yep.
That's a pretty bold claim right there. I mean, the quarry's rocking. You got Kurt Signetti, Mr. Google Me out there. Like, the Hoosiers are feeling pretty good. So you're going with Washington straight up in that game. All right, interesting. Take you to another Big Ten game, of course, here. That's the flavor of the day for us. Oregon, newly minted number 1 team in the country after Texas fell at home last weekend to Georgia. The Oregon Ducks taking on a good Illinois team who just out-Michigan last week. Lee, 22, 21.5, somewhere in there. Ducks favored heavily in this game.
Yeah, and Dylan Gabriel, you saw, came alive. Had done nothing really until he played Ohio State. Now, all of a sudden, he's on a 2-game roll. Jordan James, very good running back, averaging almost 6 yards a carry. I think Illinois is going to have trouble here. They're number 58 in the country in explosive plays. If they fall behind Oregon, who's number 15, and they're down double digits, I think they're in trouble. Oregon also has great special teams. Not only have they returned a punt and a kickoff for a touchdown already this year, they set up many drives where they're on the other team's side of the field. It makes it really easy to score here. And on top of that, Illinois emotionally, after beating Michigan, traveling cross-country, you saw it. It's a tough place to play in Eugene. I like the Ducks here. Quack, quack, 38-10.
Wow, okay. Ducks coming strong. Surprisingly tight line. Penn State ranked number 3 in the country, headed up to Madison this weekend, Lee, and only -6. Kind of surprisingly short for a squad that is ranked so high.
I agree. And, maybe it's because Wisconsin has found themselves a little bit the last couple weeks, but James Franklin against teams like this has had a lot of success. And, you saw what he did against USC. Maybe he's not ready for Ohio State yet, but his play calling and that huge comeback win against USC when they were down 2 touchdowns was impressive. He found his guy, was a tight end, and he targeted almost 20 times a game, 17 receptions. So I think the defense is good enough, I think, to bottle up Wisconsin. Wisconsin's beaten some really bad teams, Purdue, Rutgers, and Northwestern, but they lost the 2 games to the ranked opponents by 32 and 17 points to Alabama and USC, and neither of those teams is ranked at this time. So I just don't think Wisconsin has the weapons here to really challenge Penn State like USC did. I like Penn State here, 30-16.
He is Lee Sterling of ParamountSports.com with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Buckeyes getting back after it, Lee, after a bye week, coming off of the Oregon loss. Noon banger tomorrow. Favored, I think it started out at 24, leapt its way up to 24.5. Number is now 25.5 in favor of the Buckeyes against a Nebraska team who's also coming off a massive loss.
Well, I mean, no one, I think, really could have expected Nebraska to lose like that. Their defense was horrible. The play calling was just, they weren't attacking. I think Nebraska has nothing to lose here. They're going to come in and throw everything at Ohio State here. Ohio State, I think you're going to see these Texas and also Ohio State lines this week are going to be based on them, going to be coming back, and they're going to be ready. I mean, these are maybe the 2 best teams in the country coming off of losses here. So I think Ohio State will be ready, but if Nebraska had won the game last week, it might actually be a better setup for Ohio State. I think Ohio State is able to score, but I still think it's going to be something like 38-17. I'll take Nebraska and hold my breath.
What do we got for the free play this week, Lee?
Free play, I'm going to give you 2. I'm going to give you Iowa and Northwestern, like that game, and also, how about this game? This game could have playoff implications, Notre Dame and Navy. How about this Navy quarterback? If no one's watching Blake Horvath, normally Navy quarterbacks, 10, 15 rushing touchdowns a year. He has 10 rushing touchdowns and 10 passing touchdowns. You want to be on either of those games, just call me. They're both free, 800-400-9741. We're on a 12-4 run again. We hit our 40 to 50 unit max wager last week. We won 7 of 8 weeks this year in football. How about this special? Every sport's going on. We call it the Halloween Stuart Scott Booyah Bundle. Football, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Baseball, World Series tonight and tomorrow night. Hockey and basketball. Normally, everything would cost over $400, $147 for all 3 days. Just one place, ParamountSports.com.
Absolutely, Lee. Before we get you out of here, your Cane's going to give you a little palpitation tomorrow against the Seminoles?
No, not at all. The Seminoles, are the receivers, this is a stat that's crazy. The worst receiving core since Wyoming's Josh Allen days. They're dropping almost 3 receptions a game, 3 passes a game. So 2 years ago, Florida State beat Miami 45-3. I think Miami does a little payback, and they'll keep in their starters deep into the fourth quarter. Miami 48-10.
I love it. Lee, always appreciate the time. Thanks for hopping on with us, buddy. Have a fantastic Friday. Enjoy the great weekend. Last one in October, and we'll check in again next Friday, all right?
You too, guys. Take care. Be safe.
There he goes. Lee Sterling. Only one place to go, ParamountSports.com. He was with us courtesy of the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. We've got a unique situation brewing in college football for next season. We'll do that in Quick Hitters coming up next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good morning. Right now, we're watching 2 crashes on the southeast side. The first on I-270 southbound, just past the 33 split. We've got all southbound lanes shut down as crews work to clear up a crash. We're also watching a crash off of London Groveport Road. All southbound lanes shut down as well there, right at Groveport Road. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Dormar, your pilot hero.
Dormar can be there today, guaranteed. Visit them at dormarhvac.com.
Hey, Ohio, Prime Sports has arrived. The only book where you can lay 108 instead of 110 on all your favorite teams. Football, baseball, basketball, hockey. Why would you risk more to win the same amount at another sports book? Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com, and use promo code JUSTSPORTS to get a welcome bonus up to $100. And be a member of the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 or older and present in Ohio. If you or anyone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
By the time you're finished listening to this Pepsi Zero Sugar, you'll be 15 seconds closer to kickoff. Stock up now. Bengals game day is so close, you can almost taste it. Bengals watching. Better with Pepsi.
Bernie
Marino faced multiple lawsuits claiming discrimination against employees.
2 accused him of gender and age discrimination, and the third accuses him of race discrimination. Marino was sued for failing to pay overtime wages.
At some point in life, we've all experienced that boss. You know, the boss you hope you never work for again. Well, Bernie Moreno is that boss. Bernie Moreno was sued for discriminating against his employees. Like a woman he belittled for being a single mom, and a black man demoted from his position as manager after raising concerns he was being paid less than his white co-workers. And Bernie Moreno was caught failing to pay his employees the overtime they earned. And then Moreno shredded evidence to try and cover it up. A judge ordered Moreno to pay $400,000 to former workers. Yes, Bernie Moreno is that boss. And he most certainly shouldn't be our senator.
I'm Sherrod Brown running for Senate. I approve this message.
Paid for by friends of Sherrod Brown.
The Central Ohio leader in roof repair and replacement is Roof Revivers. With over 350 five-star reviews on Google, Roof Revivers is committed to repairing roofs first before replacing them. If your roof needs repaired, visit Roof Revivers online at roofrevivers.com. Roof Revivers, we fix leaky roofs.
Hey there, friends, it's Bo Bishop. Join us for the Make a Difference Gallop at High Bank Distillery in Grandview. Taste new fan barrel picks and support the Third and Goal Foundation. Tickets are on sale now at 971thefan.com. 21 or older, please drink responsibly.
We've seen it before. Politicians and lobbyists playing games, drawing voting maps to keep power in their hands, not ours. Courts have ruled Ohio's voting districts unconstitutional 7 times, while our communities have been left out again and again. But this November, you have a chance to change that with Issue 1. Issue 1 will make it illegal for politicians to manipulate voting districts for themselves or their own party. Instead, it creates an open, transparent process where a diverse group of citizens, not politicians, will draw the lines. No more backroom deals, no more gerrymandering, just fairer maps that represent our communities. Issue 1 gives you and me the power to ensure everyone's vote counts. This is about real change, a chance to end the games and make our voices heard. So vote yes on Issue 1, fair representation, and power to the people. Paid for by citizens, not politicians.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Stahl, board-certified urologist and senior vice president of men's sexual health at HIMSS. In my 12 years of practice as a reproductive urologist, I've helped many guys with ED, and it has never been more convenient to treat than it is right now, thanks to HIMSS. It really wasn't easy before. You had to take time out of your day, come to a physical office, and see a specialist like me in person. Now, through HIMSS.com, you can get world-class sexual health care and a full range of treatment options for ED through a 100% online process. It starts with a free assessment from a medical provider licensed in your state who can determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. So don't wait. Join the hundreds of thousands of guys who've gotten help for their ED through HIMSS.
To start your free online visit and find ED treatment at up to 95% off brand name prices, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We have made it to the weekend, and with that, we are going to be tracking a small chance of rain. We have a 20% chance of rain today. Otherwise, cloudy, high 73. Chilly tonight, low 46. Partly cloudy tomorrow, high 62. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your 10 TV weather impact forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
Saturday is game day on The Fan.
Sponsored by Riker Chevy.
Every game, every season, your home of the Buckeyes. The Fan. Heading to work? Keep listening to the guys at the office.
Stream the show at 971thefan.com or download the Fan app.
This is Morning Juice.
We hear the Juice brought to you by our good friends over at Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. You can always visit them on the line at feelgreatcolumbus.com.
Morning Juice presents Quick Hitters.
Bodes, happy Football Friday to you, buddy.
Happy Football Friday, guys. Best day of the week. The work week, of course. Saturday, Sunday is better than Friday, but nevertheless,
We will start with college football here, and what I have to imagine is one of the first times we've ever seen such a thing. Oregon State and Washington State are going to play a home-and-home next season.
Yeah.
After they were left for dead in the two-pack, the two schools obviously had to build up the schedules from the ground up, and playing one another twice in the exact same season helped solve that problem. On November 1st of next year, they'll meet in Corvallis. Then they'll meet again later that same month on November 25th in Pullman. Carp, this is certainly unusual for college football, but seems like a good idea for both teams before the conference fills out again next year in 2026.
Why not? A little home and home action.
Why not do a 4-pack with each other?
Can't get
do aggregate
game.
scoring.
Yeah, can't find another game. Keep it close. Go back and forth. We don't need to travel very far. Probably bust that bad boy, save on some costs. I mean, a lot of teams, you're going to see more teams having multiple games. Now it'll be regular season, potentially conference championship, maybe playoff scenarios. And like you talk about Ohio State, Michigan maybe playing 3 times at some point in the future, possibly playing twice.
Could get an Oregon 3 times this year.
You could play Oregon 2 or 3 times. There's a lot of options for that. So, you know what? It's a new day, a new era in college football.
You could also have the 2-pack of Army-Navy games. I mean, I know that we laid out that situation. Like if Army and Navy finish, if they finish 1 and 2 in their conference, like they will play. They're in the American Conference, correct?
Yes,
if they could play. They could play in the American Conference Championship game the week of Conference Championship week, and then spin around the next week and play the Army Navy game. Now the caveat on that is that if they both beat Notre Dame, Bodie. I know that. I know. I'm trying not to. We'll find out tomorrow at noon because that's when Navy plays Notre Dame.
And Al Golden we trust, Beam.
Yeah, exactly. How are you feeling? But that could be a potential situation in which you will have a regular season game played after a conference championship game, college football playoff team already into the playoffs, and literally a meaningless game. Not a meaningless game. It's still Army and Navy.
Well, it's an exhibition.
It's an exhibition at that point.
Because it won't matter in the standings, but it will matter for the Commander-in-Chief trophy. And we'll have to talk to Suggs about that next week, or maybe we already asked him about it. I was talking to him about it on my YouTube show that we do every day at 12:30, and I asked him because he was at Air Force. I go, how many Commander-in-Chief trophies do you have? He goes, 2. And when he was at Air Force, he's like, we won them both years. And I go, do you think those guys would rather win a playoff game or win the Commander-in-Chief? He's like, Commander-in-Chief trophy, not even close.
Wow, that's impressive. Yeah. By the way, the last time that these two teams played both in one season, they have played twice, once before. Washington State swept a pair of games back in 1945.
Texas World
Was
War
anything
II.
happening at that time?
Yeah, exactly. Crazy.
All right, guys, on to the NFL here. Speaking with the media for the first time since being dealt to Kansas City, wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins had one thing on his mind: postseason success. On Thursday, Hopkins had this to say, quote, I've done a lot, all the accolades that I can accomplish as far as personal goals. So I think just playing meaningful football in January is all that's left on the list. Here's Kansas City's season-by-season results since Patrick Mahomes took over at quarterback, all right? They lost in the AFC title game. They won the Super Bowl. They lost the Super Bowl. They lost in the AFC title game again, and then they won the Super Bowl and won the Super Bowl. Now off to a 6-0 start this year, Beamer. I think Hopkins is going to have a pretty good shot at getting his wish.
Yeah, obviously. We knew this. They can't keep getting away with this. It's a 5th-round pick coming back to Tennessee, and then
he's older and he's expensive. There's a reason. He's not a long-term solution.
Yeah, I know, but Albert Breer, he laid that out for us yesterday when he jumped on with us on Thursdays at 8:05. You can always go back and listen to the podcast if you missed him talking about this. But, he's still DeAndre Hopkins, though, Bob. I know that he's been hurt and he's old, but he still had 1,000 yards last year, getting passes from, I don't know, who was the quarterback last year? Will Levis? Yeah. Getting passes from Will Levis. Now, it didn't go great this year, but you add him to that offense. By the way, an offense that hasn't been really doing that well.
No.
They've been scoring in different ways. Their defense this year has been really the storyline for the Kansas City Chiefs. But, anytime you add a guy like that, he's going to go to the postseason. Yeah, they'll probably have a first-round bye. He's going to play a lot of playoff games in Kansas City.
He will. And meaningful football, that's what guys want to do. Especially you get over 30, man, it is a beating on your body. If you're just going, we're just not going out here to play. We're going out here to play and play to win. And so this will re-energize him. You play to win the game,
Exactly.
buddy.
Hello? Last one here, guys. In baseball, game 1 of the Fall Classic gets underway at 8:08 tonight as the Dodgers host the Yankees in the best of 7. Yeah.
That's early.
So.
Sure it's not 9:08?
I think it's 8:08.
I think it is 8:08.
Could be 7:08.
And heartbreaks.
Who's to say? But they'll meet in L.A. tonight, the Dodgers and Yankees, to decide the best-of-7 series, to decide MLB's 2024 champion. In a World Series that is not short on storylines, one that certainly will not be happening is Shohei Ohtani on the mound for the Dodgers. When asked about that possibility, Dodgers manager Dave Roberts said, quote, "There is no possibility, none whatsoever. Thank you for asking."
Sounds like a guy who's going to throw Shohei Ohtani on the mound.
Yeah, 7 innings tonight.
I don't believe you. I don't believe him.
He has not pitched since undergoing major elbow surgery in September of last year when he was with the Angels. Nonetheless, though, Carp, this postseason, Ohtani has an on-base percentage of .434, an OPS of .934, and he's set to win his 3rd MVP award. So despite not pitching, I'm guessing he's still going to make a little bit of an impact in this series.
Yeah, the 2 biggest hitters in Major League, in the NL and AL, the biggest bombers with him and Judge. The plan was never for him to pitch this year. So for them to say, oh, we're to the World Series now, it's been enough time. I doubt he's been practicing and been working at it.
No.
Like he should. He'll have to give him this whole off season to recover. Do not pitch him. It's a prudent move. Despite the fact it's the World Series, he hasn't been doing it all year.
Shohei Ohtani has 17 hits in his last 20 at-bats with runners in scoring positions dating back to September 19th.
Tribe could have used that. You think they had a fair, like, 700
They may
million?
have been the 3 for 20, filling out the entire 20. Like, whatever the Guardians were in that last series.
Did they get a meeting with him last winter?
Probably not. Probably. I don't think he spent any time in Cleveland. That's one of the crazier stats I've ever seen. 17 of 20. That's an .850 batting average with runners in scoring position.
It's called clutch, baby.
It is called clutch. What once has worked. Hold on, let me restart that. I botched that tease. What once has worked in the Haslam's favor may not this time on the other side of the coin. That's next. Morning Juice right here on the Fan.
Fan traffic
from the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good morning. Still watching all lanes of I-270 southbound just past the 33 split on the southeast side shut down because of a 5-vehicle crash. Crews are working to clear up now. And London Groveport Road, all southbound lanes shut down at Groveport Road because of a crash over there as well. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Green & Sons. Family owned and operated for over 45 years. Green & Sons will help you find your next Kubota tractor. Located in Mount Sterling and north of Marysville. And online at greenandsons.com.
This year's starting lineup at Honda Marysville is as strong as ever, so come see us.
Choose from Ohio's largest selection of Hondas and get 0% for 60 on any new CRV, HRV, Passport, Pilot, or Ridgeline with the trade.
Honda's built here, Honda's sold here. Honda Marysville. We're closer than you think.
0% with approved credit and 80% of MSRP financed. 2010 or newer trade with KBB appraisal at $2,500 or more. Must take delivery from dealer stock 10/31/24.
Hey, Bobby Carpenter here for my friends at Affinity Whole Health. Affinity is the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy, but they are also much more than that. They help men and women who are experiencing things like low energy, low libido, muscle loss, and weight gain. Turn it all around. You can feel amazing and live better, just like I can. It can be delivered right to your door, which is tremendous. Semaglutide for weight loss and testosterone and hormone replacement therapy for so much more. I've been a customer for years, and it works. Get started at feelgreatcolumbus.com.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change will help ease your oil change-anxiety. Picture an oil change that's quick, not rushed. When you hear the bell, feel yourself becoming light as a feather. Now, let go of your oil change-anxiety. Visit Valvoline Instant Oil Change today. No automotive worry, no appointment needed.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Quality, transparency, integrity, craftsmanship, and consistency. Those are the words that seem lost by many in the construction industry, but not on Newman Roofing. Because when your name is on it, it just means more. NewmanRoofing.com.
We all know Central Ohio is growing fast. It's making traffic worse and life more expensive. That's why voting yes on Issue 47 is so important. Issue 47 will help folks get to work faster and cheaper by creating Coda Rapid Bus Service. That means more routes, better hours, and more reliable service. That will expand access to transportation for everyone in our community, from the elderly to the disabled, to veterans and students. And Issue 47 will make our neighborhoods safer and more walkable by building 500 miles of sidewalks, trails, and bikeways. When we pass Issue 47, we'll get $1 billion in matching funds from the federal government to pay for it. We're already sending our tax dollars to D.C. Let's bring some of that money home to help our community. Issue 47 means safer neighborhoods and a better quality of life for our families. It's an easy call. Vote yes on Issue 47. Paid for by moving Central Ohio forward.
Reichert Chevy's dealing in Dublin.
$2,500 low price guarantee.
With our lowest prices and 72-hour exchange policy, you can't buy the wrong car. Shop hundreds of vehicles at ReichertChevrolet.com. Together, let's drive.
At Reichert.
We're dealing.
This is the story of the one. As a facility technician installing a new welding station, he knows getting the ventilation right is critical for safety. That's why when questions arise, there's Grainger. Grainger offers detailed technical product information online at his fingertips, so it's easy to find what he needs. Because when it comes to safety, having answers means he and his people can breathe a little easier. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
True Work is the most technical workwear in the world, delivering modern solutions to timeless job site challenges. Innovation meets tradition in True Work's high-performance lineup of work pants, shirts, and jackets, all engineered to give you the comfort and protection you need, especially in the most extreme conditions. Check out the full lineup with over 50,000 five-star reviews at truework.com and use the code SPORTS15 to get 15% off your first order. That's TRUEWERK.com. True Work helps you be your best when the weather's at its worst.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good morning. I'm Buddy Wells. Thursday night football last night in the NFL. Matthew Stafford threw a pair of scores in the first half and two more in the second half to help guide the Rams to a 30-20 win over the Vikings in Los Angeles. The Rams are now 3-4 on the year. Minnesota falls to 5-2. In college football, fourth-ranked Ohio State is at home tomorrow. The Buckeyes welcome 5-2 Nebraska to Columbus. Kickoff is at noon tomorrow at the Shoe. Our pregame coverage will get started right here on the Fan at 6:30 tomorrow morning. And in hockey, the Jackets are on the road tomorrow night. The CBJ face the Predators in Nashville. Face-off is at 8. We'll have the coverage for you tomorrow night starting at 7:30 right here on the Fan. This update is sponsored by Roosters. Roosters is giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences. We're talking tickets, sideline passes, or a trip to a postseason game and more. You can register today at roosterswings.com. Breaking sports news. When it happens on the Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Never have I been so excited to get a whiff of sweaty jock straps. It's Football Friday.
Sponsored by Tansky Sawmill Toyota.
Yay, football, the Fan. Keep on swiping that card, baby. Keep on swiping that card. Charge it to winning. This is Morning Juice.
Hour 2 of the program for us on a Football Friday. Coming up here 7:20 this morning, Jackets insider Jeff Svoboda. He's going to join the program. Talk a little CBJ with him later on, right after Jackets insider Austin Ward. He's going to join the program. Football Friday. Talk some Bucks. Talk some Huskers with him. So busy 7 o'clock hour for us coming up here.
Keeping you informed about what's trending this morning. It's time for a little re-rack on Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Billiards Plus, your destination for top-of-the-line grills with up to 30-year warranties. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
A little Thursday night football last night. Rams take down the Minnesota Vikings 30-20. Wrong team favored, as Lee Sterling would like to say. Come out, Puka Nacua, Cooper Kupp, both active, both played vital roles in their team's victory last night. Kyron Williams running all over the place. I believe 10 straight touchdowns for him now. Yeah, well, I mean, you got to be feeling good about him. But the Rams said, we're not dead yet. Don't bury us quite yet. So a 30-20 victory for them over the Vikings.
Stafford looking spry.
He was. You see that touchdown pass he threw to Cooper Kupp, dodging a couple of guys, ducking under someone?
Looking like Tony Romo out there. I mean, it was Pat Mahomes dancing around.
Nobody looks quite as good as Romo, but point taken.
Tony used to do that duck under, though, like Stafford.
I remember. Yeah.
I mean, it was I'm like, what are you doing? I told my kids, or my son, he's rushing the quarterback. He did the slide over, and one of the guys who was playing in the last game, really good athlete, ducked underneath him. I go, Romo used to do all the time. He would tackle their legs. Yeah. The legs don't go anywhere. Those guys will give you the duck under, and you're toast. You're grabbing air. So that was pretty good. And the face mask that wasn't beam, Vikings fans were Rothman. No! Probably just screaming last night at his TV. But good for the Rams getting a win. They're still in the mix now. They're sitting at 3-4, getting healthy.
NFC, anything can happen.
Oh, the NFC is wild and wonderful.
It really is.
You have no idea what's going on.
None. I've got no idea what's going to happen on a week-to-week basis.
I mean, you look, San Francisco, they're beat up and struggling.
Yep. Seahawks, I don't know if the Seahawks are very good.
Good news for the 49ers. Nothing to get right game by hosting the Cowboys.
Yeah, exactly. That's
but
good.
the Cowboys are on the road, but
it doesn't matter.
No, they're good on the road. They're just bad at home. But in the NFC East, I mean,
crapshoot.
Yeah, like who do
What
you
are
feel?
Are the Eagles good? I don't know.
Really.
They come down to the jungle this weekend. They're going to be playing the
Browns
Bengals.
had a chance to beat the Eagles.
They did.
I mean,
Yeah.
I do not. Nick Sirianni, it's a mess up there. They're waiting to fire him.
Bring your brooms.
I honestly think that who's their owner?
I think by them, Jeffrey Lurie.
Jeffrey Lurie.
I think by Nick Sirianni bringing up his kids for a post-game press conference.
Shield.
What are you doing?
Yeah, it's a human meat shield.
That was bad. That almost made
I'm going to talk trash to my own fans and then bring my kids up in the post-game presser.
After we won.
Yeah.
That was the Browns game.
Like, give me a you like that. I mean, he's insane. And like, be yourself. It's like the players told me to be myself. So they're just leading you to the slaughterhouse is what they're doing, Beam.
41-13 victory for Pittsburgh last night over Syracuse. Kyle McCord had an all-time bad game. 35 of 64. 321 yards.
35 of 64
or
41 of 64.
No, that would have been 40 of 64.
I thought he threw 5. Oh, yeah, 35.
Yeah, he did. Math, tough. 35 of 64, 321, no touchdowns, 5 picks, 3 of them pick sixes, all in the first half.
So 3 touchdown passes?
3 touchdown passes, yeah.
It's all about the lens of which you view it, Beam.
This game was 31-0. I want to say at halftime. I don't have the splits on it, but
some of the picks I will say, like there's some bad picks by him. Like he threw a couple of bad balls, but then there's some really unfortunate tips. Like one of the guys picked it off laying on the ground. Did you see that? Like literally, he's laying on the ground on his stomach. The ball falls to his hands. It was a great play, but the likelihood of that stuff. You got one of them got picked off on a screen. It gets like tipped.
Mess.
So when it rains, it pours.
It did.
And it poured on McCord.
I want to say
it was
that
not a golden shower.
Pittsburgh had like 83 yards at half, and we're up 31-0. I mean, that was a pretty bad game that he had. Friday Night Football tonight for us here on The Fan. Olentangy at Olentangy Berlin at 7 o'clock. Then the Byers Dublin Subaru Overtime with Ryan Baker and Lee Cochran. Can be listened to that tomorrow for all you football fans out there.
It's really a fail that they didn't go with their Olentangy. Like, what is Berlin? What are they? The Olentangy's the Braves, but they should
the Bears
probably. But it could have been It could have been the Germans, and I think that would have been better. Maybe the Luftwaffe, like you could have made something out. You just really lean on into it.
Berliners.
Maybe it's
East Berliners.
Maybe
it's easy.
The Berliners.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, why not? They got JFK's head up there.
But it's not Berlin. It's Berlin.
Whatever.
I was yelled at. I did a game with Matt Andrews a couple of years up there, and I said Berlin.
Lima.
I got yelled at. Versailles.
Just because we changed the pronunciation, it doesn't make the word.
Milan.
Don't try to church it up. Don't think it's Dirte. It's French.
Yeah.
Try to church it up. Dirt.
Russia. Rushi.
Come on. You went to Warsaw this
I did go to Warsaw this summer.
Exactly.
I had a great time over there.
Warsaw, Ohio.
Which Jake Ballard lives like 5 minutes away from. And 100%. I didn't know that until I was talking to him about that. You can join the Fan live on campus early on Saturday morning as the Buckeyes will host Nebraska. We're going to be tailgating at the Ozone on Lane. Admission is free. Stage announcements from Timmy Hall and Dane Sanzenbacher. Music from the fabulous Johnson Brothers. The Fan on Ozone, sponsored by your Central Ohio Ford dealers, Hollywood Casino, Michelob Ultra, Jack Daniels, Pepsi, TNT Equipment, and Tito's Handmade Vodka. Pre-game for us starts tomorrow at 6:30. Statewide coverage then begins at 10:30. And basically, we're on all the way throughout the day until the Jackets play tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. So we got a full, robust schedule.
It's a nice weekend. A little Buckeyes in the morning, Jackets in the evening.
Bengals, Browns, both going at 1 o'clock on Sunday. Be dual barreling that.
That's nice.
Setting the table for a massive 425 showdown between the Commies and the Bears.
Give me your Haslam story so I can tell the Buckeyes the Jim Tressel story.
All right.
Which do you want to do first?
You do the Tress story.
Okay.
Do the Tress story.
Tease that at 6:28.
Yeah.
We're long for it. Hopefully you're still here. So we're telling. Well, you asked me the question, Beam. What percentage would I have given the defense as far as their contribution to the winning at Ohio State?
Because we listened to Ryan Day about it, talking about how at the end of the day, it's about scoring points and getting stops, and it's all about complimentary
football. Like, there's going to be games where you win 17-14. There's a game you might win 45-42. Doesn't matter. Win's a win. And so you figure that out and you kind of play into the game of how it's going. You do have to get stops, but sometimes it's not going to be like those short games. But I said it's probably 66, 67% offense, 20%, 25% defense. But there were games like the offense did a great job for us. But like Tress would not lean in to trying to play up tempo. He would play and utilize the defense. And I said earlier, and I'll say it again, Tress, anybody who played for him, are 3 keys: mistake-free, superior special units, mistake-free, opportunistic offense, relentless defense.
Yeah, you guys got about like 90% of the responsibility there.
We got the relentless element. Just no, can't stop, won't stop is basically what it is.
Take it to the shindig.
100%. And steak knife beam to the flank is maybe what we had to deal with. But so my junior year offense was not really that good. And just, our O-line struggled early on. And we ended up winning, I think, 4 of our last 5, but 3 last 4, beating Michigan, who was ranked 8th at the time. But we lost to Northwestern, terrible. Lost 3 in a row. We're 3-3 at one point.
I remember that
North Carolina State. The North Carolina State game, we kicked 5 field goals, scored a touchdown on a 1-yard drive that took us 4 plays.
It's efficient.
I'm like, literally, they're not going to stop.
Killing the clock off
on
the game.
4th down, I'm like, they're not. And I don't. To this day, I don't think we got in. It was a goal. They were very vehement. They're adamant that they did not let them in.
I think if replay technology was there.
Yeah. And I think AJ sold a pick that may or may not have been a pick, but we end up getting 3 yards and then kicking a field goal. But Tress brought AJ, myself, like Nate Sally, not Schleiks because he couldn't run well enough. But we were on punt. And usually all the defensive starters were on punt. But as you got on defense, they took you off a lot of the other, especially you'd be on punt, and then we get young guys on.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think we were struggling a little bit. We had some injuries. And Tress is like, it's all about drive, start, average, like field position. And he's like, could we get you guys back on field goal or on kickoff? It's like, gosh, like I liked it when we scored. Not all that often, but that was, you could come out fresh as opposed to running 50 yards on a punt or running down on a kickoff. It's a dead sprint for
breathing hard by the time the ball snapped.
Yeah, and like usually run down there, but Nooch kicked it through the end zone anyway. But sometimes it would obviously hang out. And later in the year, it was tougher with the wind and the cold weather. And this is no joke. I'm sitting, it's not a joke. Sitting in Tress's office. AJ, myself, I think Nate Sally, Tyler Everett. There's like a handful of us defensive guys. So you want to get your starters out there. Would you do it? Like, what are you supposed to tell your coach? I don't want to win.
Right.
Like,
are you scared to be great?
And he's like, the way I look at it, he's like, everybody, you get one kickoff return guaranteed a game. He goes, we'll probably maybe have 2 to 3 more kickoffs max in the game. And I'm like, all right. So he's like, it's not going to be that much. We're talking 3 to 4 kickoffs a game. Like, all right, it's going to help the team win. We're good. It's like the last 3 games. Like, let's go try to win this stuff. And as I walk out of there, I'm like, 2 to 3 kickoffs. Like, are we only planning on scoring 14, 9, 7? Like, we're maxing out at 21 points.
Was this an after meeting moment of clarity?
Because that was part of the pitch. It's not going to be that many. But then I started thinking, like, well, why would it not be that many?
Wait a minute.
Because we're not planning on trying to score? It's like, that's the worst logic ever.
And, Bobby, you're going to have to defend like your life is on the line because we're not planning to score.
Well, that's what he goes. Because my sophomore year, I was on kick. I led the team in helmet stickers in sophomore year because I had a bunch of tackles inside the 20, and I played a pretty good amount on defense. Started like the last 5 or 6 games or whatever. And he's like, yeah, you're really good at getting those tackles down inside the 20. It gives you a longer field to defend. It's really helping you guys. He's like, you only have to probably do 3 or 4 of them. It's like 1 or 2 will probably be a touchback. And I'm like, okay, I walk on out of there. Hold on, did he just imply that we're only going to score 2 or 3 times a game? Is that really what Nate's like? Yeah, I think that was embedded in the pitch, and none of us picked up on it while we were in there.
What a ruse!
I mean, it was really like it was kind of disheartening. We walked out, like, all right, well, we're all in. We already committed to it. Let's go stop them, Buckeyes.
Hammer the unders.
Oh, absolutely with us. We did. I would tell someone, I would have never taken us with the points. You know, if we're favored, I'm like, even bad. I'm take the
cover.
Take the cover every time. And I'm like, I'm telling you, we might not even be playing to cover. I felt like Tress May, like,
These guys need a wake-up call. We're going to play a tough game.
We're
against
playing
Purdue.
for a field goal. Exactly. Like, play for the field goal every time.
Jackets insider Jeff Svoboda. He's going to join us. We'll break down the CBJ start of the season with him next. Morning Juice right here on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good morning. Right now, still watching I-270 southbound closed at the 33 split on the southeast side due to a crash. That crews are working to clear up right now. Also, 33 westbound. Watch for the right lane block just past 270 because of a crash as well. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Prime Sports. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit primesportsbook.com and use promo code JUSTSPORTS for a welcome bonus of up to $100.
Marty Brenneman here for Tri-State Men's Health, the leader in men's sexual health for treating erectile dysfunction and low testosterone issues. And they're the leader for a reason, because I can tell you from my own experience of being treated there, Tri-State Men's Health is top shelf. Far too many men wait to get their ED treated, but I want to tell you today that you shouldn't wait any longer. If you're suffering with ED and are like most guys, a medical team at Tri-State Men's Health will get you back on track fast. They have the experience, they have the treatment protocols, and they know what they're doing. At Tri-State Men's Health, they have ED treatments that are effective in well over 90% of men. They can even combine treatments for better results. You might even find yourself performing like you haven't in years. So make an appointment today. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. They have 6 offices in the tri-state area to serve you.
Thank you for calling Great Lakes. Great Lakes Kia.
Do you like scary movies?
Nah, they don't scare me.
What does scare you?
High car payments. They make me want to scream.
And at Great Lakes Kia?
We have brand new Kias under $5 a day. Come pick one out.
Maybe I'm already here.
Cool. Lease new 24 Kia Forte LXS, EV6 Wind, and Sorrento LX. All 3 under $5 a day.
That's only $139 a month for 24 months.
Plus new 24 Kia Telluride LX under $8 a day.
$249 for 24 months.
At Great Lakes Kia.
What if I have scary credit?
No problem. Get approved with 0% financing.
Perfect. And I'm right behind you.
Oh, hi.
Hello.
Great cars, great people, Great Lakes Kia.
In Columbus, GreatLakesKia.com.
Can I hang up now?
To qualified buyers, visit GreatLakesKia.com for details.
Hey there, friends. It's Bo Bishop. Join us for the Make a Difference Gala at High Bank Distillery in Grandview. Taste new fan barrel picks and support the Third and Goal Foundation. Tickets are on sale now at 971thefan.com. 21 or older, please drink responsibly.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed cracks in your drywall, chimney, or exterior walls? I hope not, because if you have, they could be indications that you've got a much bigger problem with your foundation. That's where Ohio Basement Authority comes in, a groundworks company. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to stabilize your foundation. Schedule your free inspection at ohiobasementauthority.com/row. And while you're there, check out my latest dirty job.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Hey, it's Steve. Sorry couldn't get to the phone. Leave a message at the beep.
Hey, it's Jason from Chase. Congrats on closing day. Hope your daughter enjoys the new pool.
Start your house buying journey today with the Chase My Home digital dashboard. From applications to managing your mortgage, we're with you all the way home. Chase, make more of what's yours. Visit chase.com/home. Restrictions and limitations apply to the access of Chase My Home. Home lending products subject to credit and property approval. Rates and program terms subject to change. Other restrictions apply. Member FDIC. Equal housing opportunity.
If a friend asks how you're doing, and you say,
I'm okay.
When the truth is,
I don't want my problems to burden anyone.
Or you say,
hang it in there.
Because
if I ask for help, they'll just think I'm weak.
Then this is your sign to call, text, or chat 988 for free, confidential support. Anytime. You don't have to hide how you feel.
Hey folks, it's game day and the betting's gonna be intense, Drew.
You said it, Dave, but a good pregame routine keeps betting responsible.
That's right, you gotta pause before you play.
Good call. Sports betting is hot, but it can be risky.
And pausing to set limits is an all-star move.
That's right, Dave. If you bet on sports, pause before you play to set limits, recognize the risks, and know when to stop.
Learn more at pausebeforeyouplay.org.
from the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Time now to check in on that weather report. Today, looking at cloudy skies with a few showers, high 73. Saturday, partly cloudy, high 62. Then on Sunday, temperatures will be a little bit cooler. We'll be looking at mostly sunny skies with a high of 60. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your 10 TV weather impact forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
FanDuel is the exclusive online sportsbook partner of Morning Juice. Just sign up at FanDuel.com/juice. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
What's the going rate for a good babysitter? Also, Shark needs a raise. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Football Friday edition of the program. Coming up here, 7:33 this morning. Austin Ward, he's going to join us. Talk all things Buckeyes and Cornhuskers with him. For right now, though, going to check with Jackets Insider.
Morning Juice presents Talking Jackets.
Now it's Boone Jenner along the end boards, and he stuffs it behind Peter Mrazek for the score.
Sponsored by Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
As we head out to the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline, checking with the greatest team reporter who's ever reported on teams in the history of sports. Jackets Insider Jeff Svoboda. Jeff, thanks for the time, buddy. Always appreciate it. Blue Jackets winning the Trillium Cup 6-2 against the Maple Leafs on Tuesday. Have there's been any communication between you guys and the crew to maybe get like a photo shoot done between a Jackets player and a crew player and just saying have fun with that, Toronto?
That is actually a great idea. I love that you made that joke on social media the other day. And it's good to beat Toronto no matter how you do it. It's especially good to do it in hockey because it's like beating England in the World Cup.
Oh, it's so great.
You know, since they basically act like, you know, they invented it. So, you know, there should be a trophy here. I think you're onto something.
Yeah, when was the last time the Leafs won a cup? How about that? How about next time we go up there, Jeff? I'm going to task you with this. Trying to find, man, we don't go to Toronto for a while, I don't believe. When does this, we have to have a game in Toronto. Why am I not seeing one? Anyway, we will. When we go up there, I want you to bring an Ohio flag, and when we beat them, I want you to give it to the guys with like a spear on the end, and so they can stab it in the middle of the ring.
January 22nd.
January 22nd. That sounds great. And they can plant that flag right in the middle of the ice, right in the center of Canada.
You know, you see this in college football all the time, and you never see it in hockey. I don't know why that is. Maybe that should be part of the celebration when you win a game or something, is that you can plant the flag at center ice. I mean, you might be onto something here, Bobby. I don't know if anyone's ever thought of this before.
Jeff, we were talking yesterday because we asked, we were like, when was the last time that this team was above 500? And it was actually last year at the beginning of the season. They were 3-2, and now they're 3-3. They got a chance against the Preds, who are not very good this year, to go to 4-3 tomorrow. Does this team, to you, Jeff, just in its early instance, because I know they've been high flying, they've been scoring a lot of goals, does it feel different than in years past right now?
Yeah, I would agree 100%. And some of that is schematic. You know, I think the new head coach and the new coaching staff has helped a lot. I think they're playing with more structure, more aggressiveness, more pace, which is probably the style that most players want to play. So that's it's bringing the best out of them. And you are seeing, you know, I've talked about young players on the show for a while now, and you're starting to see some of those guys really come into their own as the season has started. So there's some schematic reasons for it, but I think off the ice too. I don't know if it's that they're tired of losing. I don't know if they've just kind of built some confidence about them. Whatever it is, there seems to be a vibe on this team that there's just something a little bit different now. And Dean Evison talked about after the game against Minnesota on Saturday that they lost and didn't play well. The push came from within the locker room to make sure that they showed up the next night against Toronto. The coaches didn't have to go in there and read them the riot act and say all these things. It was from the team itself. It was, this is the standard. We were not up to it on Saturday. We're going to be up to it on Tuesday. And they sure were on Tuesday because they played one of the best games they played in quite some time. So I think there is a little bit of a different vibe there. And yeah, you know, there's going to be some games where the injuries catch up to them, and there's going to be some games where they don't have it. But by and large, you have to be happy with the hockey they've played so far, and it does feel like they're starting to build something there after the struggles of the last couple of seasons.
They've been looking good. Power play has been good. Offensively, scoring 6 goals. Like this, I don't know if we've seen an offense that's been like this consistent in the wins, and even in a couple of losses outside of that Minnesota loss where they only scored 1. I mean, they've been putting goals up, which obviously given everything that happened this offseason and where we thought the firepower was at on this offense, this has to be a little bit surprising.
Yeah, it is because of the injuries and everything that's happened. And, you even coming into training camp, you've lost 3 now of your top 9 forwards. And if you had told me that before the season, that was going to happen and that they would have 24 goals 6 games into the year, be averaging 4 goals a game and score 6 goals 3 times, I would have said that's probably not very likely. But yeah, they've been able to do it. And part of it is maybe a little bit of luck, and they've played some teams that have, struggled defensively. The Avs were not playing well. The Maple Leafs didn't exactly have their game the other night, but at the same time, you've got to take advantage. You don't apologize for scoring goals. They all count. So, there's been something that's brewing there. And part of it is, as I've said, these young players, well, we know someone like Yegor Chinikov can shoot the puck, and he's shown us that in the early going. Same with like a guy like Kirill Marchenko. Zach Werenski's not been afraid to jump up into the play and be impactful offensively. So you've got the type of players that can fill up the net. And is this going to continue? There's going to be probably some games where, the injuries catch up and being a little bit undermanned catches up with you. But I think they have the talent that this is something that can happen, is that when they're feeling it, they're able to put the puck in the net, and it's been fun to watch so far.
He is Jackets insider Jeff Svoboda with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. What do you make of Fantilli's play so far this year, Jeff?
It has been interesting because I think he has 2 goals right now. He hasn't, which is not bad, obviously, but at the same time, I think he has said he wants to be a little bit more impactful on the score sheet because he's been a player his entire life that has done so. And you get drafted 3rd overall for a reason. You expect to score points. He's also still 20 years old, so there's he's not going to be an immediate point per game player at the NHL level. But head coach Dean Evison has been extremely complimentary of his game, the way that he's played so far, the way that he responds to feedback, and the work ethic that he brings on a daily basis. And so they switched the lines around a little bit the other night, partially to try to give him an offensive player to play with so that he can be a little bit more impactful. But it's interesting. Young guys always feel like they have to contribute offensively to be good hockey players. And the reality of it is you just have to play good hockey, and the points will come. You can't necessarily measure yourself by your scoring. And I think that's something that he's going to maybe wrestle with a little bit. I talked to Zach Werenski the other day, and that was something he said. When he was a young player, he kind of judged himself by, did I get a point or did I get a goal tonight? And he's learned at the end of the day, you just have to play the game the right way, and that stuff's going to come. And so Adam's been good. I think there's more there, obviously, because he's 20, but at the same time, there's not really been any complaints from the Blue Jackets for the way he's playing. And I think if he keeps playing the right way, as I said, the points will show up a little bit more on the score sheet.
All right. Last question here before we get you out of here. Saturday, heading down to Smashville. What's on a Jeffrey Svoboda a docket?
Friday. You get the Friday night in Nashville, don't you, Jeff?
Yeah.
We do, yes.
I'm going to make it to the game?
That has traditionally been a bit of a struggle in Nashville. The one thing I am looking forward to doing, though, is getting some Southern fare, getting some cookout. I'm going to go get a burger and a chicken sandwich and whatever. You get like 20 things for like $10. I am going to go make that happen when I'm down there. And then, we'll see what sort of pageantry is happening on Broadway.
I mean, that great little cookout. It's a great base layer, and maybe just hop into a bachelorette party, Jeff. I think that would suit you pretty good, buddy. Always appreciate the time. Thanks for hopping on with us. Have a great evening in Nashville. Enjoy the game tomorrow if you make it there, and we'll check in again next Friday. All right.
Well, I do have experience as a pedal wagon captain, so maybe I need to jump on one.
Yes. Did the licenses carry from state to state? Like, are you legally allowed to do that in Tennessee?
We'll find out.
See you, buddy. Have a great weekend.
You too.
There he goes. Jackets insider Jeff Svoboda with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Austin Ward joins us to preview all things Buckeyes and Huskers next. Morning Juice right here on the Fan.
Fan traffic
from the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Happy Friday. Watching major delays on the southeast side due to a crash. I-270 southbound is shut down at the 33 split because of a crash right near the Alum Creek Drive exit. You will have to add extra time to your commute, especially because the detour option has another crash. 33 westbound, the right lane blocked off just past 270 as crews work to clear up an issue over there as well. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Dormar, your pilot hero.
Dormar can be there today, guaranteed. Visit them at dormarhvac.com. Direct Auto Insurance is for uncompromisers. The people who refuse to make trade-offs in life. Like Kelly, when her old car insurance got so expensive that she couldn't afford to drive anymore, do you think she started carrying her groceries for miles? No. But she did find Direct Auto's savings that allowed her to drive instead of compromise. With savings of up to 25%, you too can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a quote today at directauto.com. Savings based on applied discounts and will vary. Terms apply. How you buy can affect price. National General Group, Winston-Salem.
The Christmas cash giveaways now at UDF. With UDrive Plus, 1 in 7 can play to win prizes instantly, including $1,000 weekly by buying specially marked items at UDF. No purchase necessary. Visit udrivecontest.com for official rules.
Busy schedule? This is Ryan Krieger, and Krieger Ford has you covered. Krieger Ford offers pickup and delivery, or our mobile service van will come right to you. It's fast, easy, and hassle-free. Schedule your appointment today only at KriegerFord.com.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for thousands of appetizing ingredients that inspire countless mouth-watering meals with savings beyond low prices. Like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Check out this sale on red, green, or black seedless grapes. Right now, they're just 99 cents a pound with your card and digital coupon. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Trust and Will knows that we'll all eventually need a will. How about right now? Trust and Will makes creating your will easy, like while you're lounging on the couch easy. Trust and Will is designed by attorneys but customized by you, and all documents are state-specific and secure. Find your plan at trustandwill.com and use offer code Columbus now for 10% off. That's trustandwill.com, offer code Columbus. Trust and Will is an online service providing legal forms and information. It is not a law firm and is not a substitute for the advice of an attorney.
Can't make it to the game? Watch the Fan's pre- and post-game shows live on YouTube. Just search 97 on the Fan and click subscribe.
The Fan's YouTube channel is sponsored by Coors Light.
Your home of the Buckeyes. The Fan.
Just how liberal is Sherrod Brown? Take a look at his actual votes. That's what Debbie from the Cleveland area did.
I thought I knew Sherrod Brown. Now I hear he's super liberal, so I went and looked at his votes. Brown voted to allow late-term partial birth abortions. It's horrific. The AMA said it should be banned. But Sherrod voted for it more than once.
In fact, Sherrod Brown voted for partial birth abortion 6 different times.
Partial birth abortion? Allowing trans biological men in girls' locker rooms and girls' sports? Sex change surgery for kids? He seemed like a good guy, but with Brown's voting record, I just can't vote for him.
Sherrod Brown has let us down. When you look at his actual votes, Sherrod Brown is just way too liberal for Ohio. Senate Leadership Fund paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising. Not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. www.senateleadershipfund.org.
Why choose the Hinderer Motor Company? We don't just sell vehicles, we build relationships. This is Justin Hinderer. With 4 top-tier dealerships and a state-of-the-art collision center, we're here for you every step of the way. From our exclusive convenience service that handles everything from pickup to delivery, to our 24/7 towing and roadside assistance, we make your life easier. And every vehicle purchase comes with a lifetime powertrain warranty because we believe in what we sell. Experience the difference and visit HindererMotorCompany.com. We love what moves you.
All right, gentlemen, this is Emmett Smith on behalf of Depend, and I've got the perfect play. Run straight to your doctor's office for a life-changing kit. Because when prostate cancer is caught early, it's up to 99% treatable, and 1 blood test might be all it takes. And now through November, Depend is donating to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for select purchases. Talk about a great play.
From September 1st to November 30th, Depend is donating 40 cents to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for Depend Shield Guards Real Fit products purchased in the U.S. up to a maximum of $300,000 void in Mississippi.
Small business owners, we know tackling your to-do list can sometimes feel like going 12 rounds against a heavyweight champ. Except that heavyweight's gloves are made of something hard, like diamonds. So when a new to-do pops up, you're like, I can't. I'm boxing my diamond boxing glove-wearing heavyweight champ of a to-do list. At Progressive, we don't want to make your day any harder. That's why we make it easy with over 30 customizable coverage options, so you can finally land a knockout blow. See if you can save on business insurance in as little as 7 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company. Coverage provided and serviced by affiliated and third-party insurers.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. FeelGreatColumbus.com. The Fan.
In high school, Bobby was a district swimming finalist. Also, Beamer still wears floaties. This is Morning Juice.
The NBA is back. Celtics hung that 18th banner. And FanDuel, America's #1 sports book, they want you to catch all the action. Because right now, FanDuel is giving all users, that's right, not just new users, everyone involved, 3 months of the NBA League Pass. Maybe you didn't want it. Maybe you didn't know you need it. But it's there, and you've got it now. All you got to do is catch every tip-off, buzzer beater, place any $5 bet, beam on the NBA. How about all these great bets, the things you can watch? Lakers, LeBron James, and Bronny playing together. Victor Wembanyama, 7'1", 140 pounds, out in San Antonio.
9'6" wingspan.
Maybe you can watch Jason Tatum with Bodie. Him and Jaylen Brown go out there.
What about a Pelicans at Trailblazers tonight at 10 o'clock?
That's the game that I will be locked in on. I might actually record that and watch it at noon tomorrow.
The best part is you can watch all these games. And if you're new to FanDuel, just visit FanDuel.com/juice. Get 3 months of NBA League Pass courtesy of FanDuel. Make every moment more with FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of the NBA. Must be 21 years and older. Present in Ohio. After a 3-month free trial, the full price of League Pass will be automatically charged monthly. Cancel anytime. No refunds, terms, restrictions, and embargoes apply. Limit 1 pass per customer. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
A guy who considers himself the mayor of Laramie, Wyoming, who holds the shuffleboard record at the Ranger, and most impressive, the commissioner of the Central Ohio Two-Man Scramble League. Here's Austin Ward.
Austin is brought to you by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Commish, happy Friday to you. I know you're going to be locked in on a little Friday night basketball, a little Pistons and Cavs for you tonight.
There is nothing, and I mean nothing, that I like better than getting up on a Friday morning to listen to you two talk about NBA hoops.
Hey, it's the content you didn't even know you needed.
Jeff, can I interest you? Or not Jeff. We just talked to Jeff last segment.
Whoa,
I'm sorry, Austin. I'm sorry.
Listen, Jeff left some of his red drink at Austin's house.
Yeah, he did. Do you think
Jeff
that
is also my father?
Do you think that Jeff will make it to the Blue Jackets Preds game tomorrow at 8 o'clock? Because they're going to Nashville tonight.
Yeah, I mean, the man's locked in. He's ready to rock.
Of course he is. Like the Buckeyes. They've been having to drink loser juice, as Nicole Cox from Roosters likes to call it, for 2 weeks in a row. Nebraska's drinking it after 1 week against Indiana. They're going to be coming in here, Austin. It's good to get the Buckeyes back on the wagon here tomorrow at noon.
Yeah, nobody likes the taste of loser juice, and I do think that there is maybe some benefit for Ohio State that they've had to drink it for the last 2 weeks. That's especially if you're looking to make adjustments coming off of a loss, if you're trying to find different ways to pressure the quarterback, if you're trying to replace your starting left tackle, if you are potentially looking at needing to replace Lathan Ransom for, at least tomorrow, potentially for several games in a row coming up here. I mean, those are some things that take time that maybe the Buckeyes couldn't have done as efficiently if they had to do it with 3 practices instead of 7 or 8 over a 2-week span. So, that we always, it's kind of a cliche to talk about when the off weeks come. If it is a good time, it's a bad time. They want to play. Do you want the time off? I think this probably, even with the loss and having to sit with it for longer than they would have wanted, I think this came at a good opportunity for Ohio State to reset.
Austin, a bye week is like a wizard. It is never early or late. It arrives exactly when it is supposed to. And so they've got the bye week.
Yeah.
They're coming off. Maybe they're ceased. Or do you think we're going to see some substantive changes on the defense with regard to pressure and pressuring a young Dylan Raiola?
Well, I hope so. I mean,
hope is not a strategy, Austin.
I understand that it's not. Neither is relying on Dumbledore or Gandalf to get things fixed. It takes hard work and tough conversations, and I believe that those have happened going back, to the middle of that first week of the off week a week ago. That Ryan Day's getting into these defensive meetings, talking with Jim Knowles, talking with Larry Johnson. Certainly James Laurinaitis and Tim Walton and Matt Guerrieri are part of these tough conversations as well. Everybody's going to have to be involved to get it fixed. And, it's not – I think the frustrating part, Bob, is that this is not the first time that we've been talking about Ohio State needing to, get more pressure, find ways to be more creative. It's not even like about using the jack. Ryan Day brought that up on Tuesday when people were asking about it. It's not about that really. I mean, if they can't find a way to generate pressure with the amount of talent that they have on this roster, over 3 years, going the big games against Michigan, the loss to Georgia, they found a way to get pressure against Missouri, but that game wasn't really one that I think registers for anybody. But they still didn't get the stops that they needed in the second half to get out of that game. Now the offense didn't help in that one, so we can maybe throw the Cotton Bowl out of the conversation. But the losses to Oregon and the losses to Michigan, and of course coming up short against Georgia, all had a pretty common theme, and it was the inability to get not just pressure on the quarterback, but stops when it mattered most. And all of that always starts the conversation with defensive line. So whether that means that Jim Knowles has to find different blitzes, whether that means that Larry Johnson has to come up with more stunts and twists and games up front, whether that means that they need to try different players, different personnel up front, like Caden Curry or Edric Houston or Kenyatta Jackson, Caden McDonald at defensive tackle. Now, all those things have to be on the table going into tomorrow because they cannot keep doing what they've been doing for the last 3 years in big games, and that's the definition of insanity.
Do you think when Ryan walks in there to the defensive meeting room, being that he has like a bed of music playing, I Miss You from Blink-182, Hello There, The Angel from My Nightmares, he kind of walks in to get some things done?
I don't know if that's his theme music, Bob. I mean, he's more of a Zach Bryan and country music guy, so maybe
the shadow in the background of the morgue, the unsuspecting victim of the darkness in the valley.
Could live like Jack and Sally if we want.
I mean, you guys can.
Don't waste your time on me. You're already the voice inside my head.
Do you need me for this, or we?
I don't know. I mean, this is just a thought. That's kind of what I was envisioning of how that ultimately.
I envision this when he walks into that defensive meeting room. That's what I envision, Austin, when he walks in there. This is what I picture Stone Cold walking into that room.
Stone Cold. I mean, look, between the two, between Blink-182 or the Texas Rattlesnake, that's more the mindset, the latter, that Ohio State needs right now. Ryan Day needs to be cracking skulls and cracking beers to get this thing fixed, because whatever approach, if it's been a more melancholy approach, which I'm afraid that's probably where the Blink-182 theme music would fall, that's not working. It's shaking it up. And we all know, Bob, that Ryan Day is a cutthroat competitor, and deep down, he doesn't always show that publicly. He's got to be unleashing that in a way. This is his legacy that is on the line in the next 6 games. Like there's no way around that. So whatever it takes to get it done, he can't hold anything back at this point. That all starts tomorrow.
Can't be afraid to be great. Austin, before we get you out of here, around 3:15 tomorrow afternoon over at the Horseshoe, what reads the final scoreboard?
Boy, if they get it done by 3:15 on a big noon game, I'll be doing backflips.
3:30, 3:45 probably.
Yeah. I mean, they've not even been kicking these games until like 12:20 after they've added to the pregame show. But anyway, I think your point is just what's the final score, and I think that Ohio State's going to win this game 48-13.
48-13. Wise words from a wise man. Buddy, appreciate the time. Thanks for hopping on with us. Enjoy this beautiful Friday here in Columbus, and we'll check in again next week, all right?
Guys, I'll miss you.
Like indecision to call you and hear your voice of treason. Will you come home and stop this pain tonight?
Stop this pain tonight. Goodbye, Austin.
See ya.
There he goes. Austin Ward with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. We're going to get Juice next. Morning Juice right here on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now we are watching heavy delays on the southeast side, I-270 southbound. We've got the left 2 lanes blocked off just past the 33 split because of a crash. Crews are working to clear up. Also on 33 westbound, the right lane blocked off just past 270 because of a crash as well. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by BMI Federal Credit Union. Enjoy rates as low as 9.90% APR with a Visa Platinum credit card from BMI FCU. BMIFCU.org/Visa.
Thank you for calling Great Lakes. Great Lakes Kia.
Do you like scary movies?
Nah, they don't scare me.
What does scare you?
High car payments. They make me want to scream.
And at Great Lakes Kia?
We have brand new Kias under $5 a day. Come pick one out.
Maybe I'm already here.
Cool. Lease new 24 Kia Forte LXS, EV6 Wind, and Sorento LX. All three under $5 a day.
That's only $139 a month for 24 months.
Plus new 24 Kia Telluride LX under $8 a day.
$249 for 24 months.
At Great Lakes Kia.
What if I have scary credit?
No problem. Get approved with 0% financing.
Perfect. And I'm right behind you.
Oh, hi.
Hello.
Great cars, great people, Great Lakes Kia.
In Columbus, GreatLakesKia.com.
Can I hang up now?
To qualified buyers, visit GreatLakesKia.com for details.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Is your business generating over $1 million a year in revenue? If your financial advisory team isn't keeping pace, maybe it's time for a change. Here's Brad Hennebert with Premier Advisors.
Thanks, Bobby. Our team integrates financial planning and asset management with business accounting and tax preparation. Business owners have planning needs that are unique. We work with you to design a seamless financial services bundle tailored to your business with monthly or quarterly advisory consultations to help guide you along the way. We don't just keep score of what happened last year. Our team combines expert financial planning and wealth management with top-tier tax services, helping businesses like yours build wealth for you. Call us today at 614-524-4888. That's 614-524-4888.
Brad Hennebert is a registered representative offering securities through United Planners Financial Services. Member FINRA SIPC. Advisory services offered through TCP Asset Management LLC. Tax services offered through Premier Tax CPAs. United Planners is not affiliated with TCP Asset Management, Premier Advisors, or Premier Tax CPAs.
Sunday, a day of rest, relaxation, and Browns football. Catch the Brownies as they battle the Ravens.
Live coverage starts Sunday at 11 with the Kick It One.
Your Central Ohio home for Browns football. Get Eco.
ECO. Hey, Jerry, I think I invented something. Does it solve a problem? It solves a big problem.
Get Eco.
ECO. Heating and cooling companies are telling people your furnace and AC isn't worth fixing. You need to replace it with a whole new system.
You invented a solution for that?
I invented a way to fix those systems for free.
Get Eco.
ECO.
That's a great invention. How does it work?
Step 1 is to pay Eco to fix it.
I thought you said you'd fix it for free.
Step 2 is that we give you back all the money that you paid us, up to $1,500 when you get Eco to replace it.
Get Eco.
ECO.
What if your repair keeps my system running for several more years?
That would mean you got all those extra years for free.
Paying Eco to fix your furnace is like putting money in the bank.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Get Eco.
ECO. Eco plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians.
Get Eco.com.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text BREAK to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text BREAK to 321-321. That's BREAK to 321-321.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We have made it to the weekend, and with that, we are going to be tracking a small chance of rain. We have a 20% chance of rain today. Otherwise, cloudy, high 73. Chilly tonight, low 46. Partly cloudy tomorrow, high 62. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your 10 TV weather impact forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Right Way Heating and Cooling and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
One of these guys thinks Clintonville was named after Bill Clinton. You're listening to Morning Juice.
We're here on The Juice, brought to you by our good friends over at Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. You can always visit them on the line at fieldgreatcolumbus.com.
What's got you juiced?
Sponsored by Newman Roofing. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
Bob, Friday, juice time.
It is Friday, and we went out to dinner last night. We had our coaching dinner at the end of the year for our 5th, 6th grade tackle. Had a good time with that. Nice little dinner over at Hyde Park.
Nice.
Really enjoyed it. Got to watch. We were waiting for our table. Some of the Kyle McCord interception fest. What else has me juiced in kind of a negative way, Beam? I know you sent me over. We were reading some of the Jeffrey Michaels stuff that was going on yesterday. I was sharing that with some other people. I want to make sure you share the things in the world that are out there. And my Instagram algorithm has been incepted.
It's so bad.
With a lot of things, P. Diddy, because I started reading them and sending them to other people. And I think I've read just about everything that's out there on it. I feel pretty confident. My knowledge is fairly strong. I've been able to decipher the real from the fake. And with that, Bodes, the ads that I've been starting to get have been getting unique and a little different. And I got one yesterday that was for, quote, the love blanket. And it is a blanket that's like you can lay on your bed that's impermeable to things soaking through it. So like if you spilled something on
Such
there,
as?
any liquid.
Anything. Okay.
Anything. And it just
That's convenient.
It will not go through and soak the mattress. And I'm like, the fact that this is now in here from probably what else I've been looking.
Instagram knows what you want.
I don't like any of it. I just have shared a lot of it.
You're watching so much screen time.
It's a lot of screen time on a lot of this. And that is
really fun time.
Yeah, so that has me juiced in a negative way because, oh goodness gracious, it is not. I don't need any more of that, but I'm trapped.
Yeah, you are.
I said, God, heaven forbid if I clicked on the ad and bought that, what else would show up? What would be the next step in the wormhole that I would go to?
Why don't you test it out?
Well, if I could test it out and then escape, but at that point, there would be no, I don't think I could ever get out, dude. I would be so deep. It would be like that pit in Batman that I would be trying to get out of. That would be the wormhole that I would have crawled down. So that's all got me just in a negative way. Buckeyes are playing tomorrow. Super juiced about that. We got our tailgate going for our carpenter company out there. Everybody will be juiced. Get there early. Big noon start. Weather's going to be tremendous. I was talking to Ross yesterday at practice. Just 60 degrees. Columbus, the San Diego of the Midwest. You can say whatever you like about going out there. We don't have any of the negative weather, but I know this. We get 60 to 70 dry days each and every day. Little coolness in the morning, and it feels good. And yesterday wrapped up their Thursday practice. My man Tim Walton, the Buckeyes defensive back coach, Buckeye alum, always gives a thoughtful Thursday little nugget to his guys at the end of every practice. Here's what it was yesterday.
Thoughtful Thursday. Embracing adversity. Embracing adversity. Embrace the uneasiness associated with this game. Choosing the hard way means willingness to embrace discomforts. Just as a blade needs friction to become sharpened and more effective, dynamic leaders comprehend that life's most significant test often involves the ability to persevere through adversity. Life is sure to knock us down, but our response and ability to rise is how we take our power back. Remember this, the same boiling water that softens the potato hardens the boiled egg. It's not about your circumstances, it's about what you're made of. I'm gonna run that one back for you. The same boiling water that softens the potato hardens the boiled egg. It's not about your circumstances, it's about what you're made of. That's real.
Put that on the shirt.
That's real. Hey, y'all know what we got to do. We're finna make a run that's gonna be epic. No talking needed.
Amen.
Ready?
All ready. Love it. My man Tim Walton. It's what you're made of, Bodie. What Schlegel's made of.
Now my left knee is like super mad at me. Just over there on the Google machine, looking it up. She's like, "You might have West Nile." I'm like, "Well, the Nile, that's all the way over there in Africa. We were in Central America. I don't know how you're going to get it from there."
It's amazing.
That's an all-timer. Both got you fired up today.
What's got me juiced, guys? Celtics moved to 2-0 last night. They just hammered the Washington Bullets of the Wizards.
80 down, 80 left to go.
Exactly. That's right. That's right.
Best part about going 2-0, Bodes.
Yep. Chance to go 3-0. I saw this last night. Only two forwards in NBA history have had at least 62 points, 15 rebounds, and 16 assists in the season's first two games. Jason Tatum this year and the legend, Larry Bird in 1987. So that's a pretty good start for JT there. What else has me juiced? Sort of, kind of. I can't tell if it's juice good, juice bad. The stress is starting to hit me, guys. I'm not going to lie to you.
But you're fighting
It's
Irish?
triple option week.
Oh, yeah.
If I've learned anything in the last 2.5 years, it's Al Golden. He'll find a way. He will find a way to keep the points down and give our team a chance. But I don't know, man. Triple option's always a pain in the rear to stop, and especially now they're throwing the ball. The kids are calling it. It's
Bodie, ESPN, I just saw it, gave you a 91% chance to win the game.
And I don't know where they're coming up with those stats, but I feel like they're just pulling them out of the air. And I did see that. They're calling it not the wing tee, but the millennial wing tee. The one that had a shotgun and everything. They're throwing the ball. So I'm just nervous about it, but I'm still an Al Golden I trust. That's what's got me juiced, Beam. How about you?
Good. Very juiced. Meredith had conferences last night, so Willie and I got to spend the whole day yesterday with each other, so that was good. We went to Little Gym. He had a great time. He was not interested in anything in Little Gym. He was like laying on a little mat for like 10 minutes out of the 45-minute class. And then as soon as they like dumped the balls out of the big bucket to play with that, immediately ran and just started shooting baskets. So kid loves to play with the ball. Then we got home and we played with some gnomes for like 45 minutes.
Yes.
And I had a Thursday beer last night. I cracked open a Thursday beer. It was awesome outside. I'm like, you know what?
11 o'clock.
Usually don't partake in a Thursday beverage, but I did last night and it was great. So all that's got me fired up. What else has me fired up? What are we most looking forward to the college football weekend? And Michael Bennett's bar exam results next. Morning Juice right here on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now, we are still watching heavy traffic on I-270 southbound, just past the 33 split on the southeast side. Crews are working to clear up a 5-vehicle crash. Right now, the left 2 lanes are blocked off just past the 270-33 split. Also on 33, the right lane blocked off going westbound just past 270. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your Fan traffic.
Dormar, your kind of hero.
Dormar can be there today, guaranteed. Visit them at dormarhvac.com. Bobcat Enterprises in Hilliard is celebrating 20 years of working for you. Join us Friday, October 25th from 10 to 2 at 3666 Lakin Road for our 20th anniversary event. For one day only, enjoy 20% savings on select rentals, and the first 20 guests receive a door prize. Enter to win special edition Bobcat Enterprises fleece hoodies and enjoy delicious food and fun. Bobcat Enterprises is locally owned and proud to have served our friends and neighbors in the Columbus area for 20 years. See you Friday, October 25th at Bobcat Enterprises in Hilliard.
Reichert Chevy's dealing in Dublin.
$2,500 low price guarantee.
With our lowest prices and 72-hour exchange policy, you can't buy the wrong car. Shop hundreds of vehicles at ReichertChevrolet.com. Together, let's drive. We're dealing.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
There was a time where I woke up every day and my knee kept bothering me. I wondered, would it ever get better? I'd like to go out and run. I'd like to go play golf. I'd like to hang out with my friends at the pool, go off the diving board, play with my kids, do the stuff that I want to do. I looked at having surgery, thought that's not the answer. Don't want to do that. I've had plenty of surgeries in my life. I didn't want to be on medication and just keep pounding ibuprofen and pain pills. That wasn't going to be the answer. So I want to get real, lasting relief. As thousands of patients will tell you. So I went over to QC Kinetics and talked to Dr. Ray Tesner. I even brought my dad with me and said, hey, he's got a bad knee too. He's at a little later stage in life. Could this work for him? QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in cellular therapies, including your own body's healing properties. That's what I wanted, to get healed up and do it the natural way. The choice is yours. So go check them out at qckinetics.com/Columbus. They've got offices in Dublin and in Gahanna, or call 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544.
Let's face it, repairing or replacing your roof is a big decision. It's an investment in your home, your safety, and your peace of mind. But with so many roofing companies out there, how do you know which one to trust? How do you know your investment will be in good hands? Since 1992, Newman Roofing has been the family-owned company homeowners have relied on. We understand that roofing projects can be stressful. That's why we built our company around you, offering a white glove experience designed to make your roofing project as smooth and easy as possible. At Newman Roofing, we focus on the details because the details matter. Our craftsmanship, attention to quality, and commitment to service are second to none. Why? Because when your name is on it, it just means more. Your roof isn't just another project. It's our promise to deliver the very best. So, as the cooler weather approaches, don't wait. Get your Newman roof while there's still time this fall. Call us today at 614-NEW-ROOF. That's 614-NEW-ROOF, or visit us online at newmanroofing.com. Don't just get a new roof, get a Newman roof.
This college football moment is brought to you by ServPro.
College football teams have moments they recovered from and made it like it never even happened. For instance, TCU walked into the locker room at halftime in the 2016 Alamo Bowl, down 31-0. The Horned Frogs stormed into the second half and erased a 31-point deficit to force overtime, and eventually won it in the third overtime, 47-41.
ServPro, like it never even happened.
Are you ready to unleash the beast? Monster Energy is here to give you the edge this college tailgate season. Loaded with bold flavors, our powerful blend gives you the energy you need to push you beyond your limits. Tune in all season long with Monster, the energy drink of ESPN Radio College Football Tour. Power your performance with a drink that's as hungry for victory as you are. Crack open an ice-cold Monster and dominate your competition. Monster Energy. Unleash the beast. Grab yours today.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan.
Good morning. I'm Buddy Wales. Happy Football Friday, everybody. Week 8 of the NFL's regular season got underway in Los Angeles last night with Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua back in the lineup. Matthew Stafford threw for 280 yards and 4 scores to lead the Rams to a 30-20 win over the Minnesota Vikings. In college football, number 4 Ohio State is back at home tomorrow for a matchup against Nebraska. The Buckeyes and Cornhuskers will get underway at noon tomorrow at Ohio Stadium. The Fan's pregame coverage will get started right here on The Fan at 6:30 a.m. tomorrow morning. And sticking with college football, we have 5 ranked matchups on the slate for tomorrow. At noon, Notre Dame faces Navy and East Rutherford. At 3:30, Illinois is at Oregon and Missouri is at Alabama. At 4:15, Texas will visit Vanderbilt. And at 7:30 tomorrow night, Texas A&M plays host to LSU. This update is sponsored by Valley Ford of Columbus, Bronco Explorer, Mustang Mach-E, and more. You can ride into autumn with Valley Ford of Columbus. Breaking sports news. What happens on The Fan? Ohio's sports destination.
Are you working? Because we barely are. It's Football Friday.
Sponsored by Tansky Sawmill Toyota.
Your home for football and quiet quitting. The Fan. If you make a wisecrack about Dayton Pizza, Beamer will murder you dead.
Humor. I have it too.
This is Morning Juice.
Hour 3 of the program for us on a Football Friday. Coming up here, 8:33, as he always does on a Friday. AJ Hawk, he's going to join the program, talk all things FAC, a little conversation with Jack Johnson from a bit earlier, amongst other things with AJ. That's coming up here at 8:33 this morning.
Keeping you informed about what's trending this morning. It's time for a little re-rack on Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Billiards Plus, your destination for top-of-the-line grills with up to 30-year warranties. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
All right. It's been a big last couple of months for our guy, Mike Bennett. Graduated from Howard Law School. Now, we had talked to him a few weeks ago, Bob, or maybe a few months ago, that there could be potential for an all-time weekend on tap. Because tomorrow, when Ohio State takes on Nebraska at noon at the Horseshoe, it's going to be the 10-year honoring of the 2014 national championship team. And Mike, when we had him in this past Wednesday, was alluding to the fact that he has not been in Ohio Stadium since his last game. Like, hasn't gone back to a game.
Never once?
Not one time. Not one time. Now, he spent a couple of years in Columbus, maybe like a year and a half.
PTSD from playing for Urban?
I think so. And then he spent a couple of years here, went to D.C., went to Howard Law School.
Okay, he went to Howard Law School. He didn't join the Marines.
Well, yeah, he spent summers here. He spent the last summers here.
Howard is in D.C., okay?
Yeah.
It's about a 6-hour drive or a 50-minute plane flight. It's not like he didn't have the ability. Oh, by the way, they also play in Maryland and in Rutgers, so he could have gotten to either one of those fairly easily as well.
Yeah.
But you mentioned he hasn't been in the stadium in 10 years.
10 years.
I mean, I would come back on my bye weeks. The best part was going to the games.
Would have been the Michigan game of the 2014 season. Would have been the last time that he was in the Horseshoe.
The angel from my nightmare.
So, they're honoring them tomorrow, the 2014 National Championship team. I am on supremecourt.ohio.gov. I have the bar results in front of me. There is 14 pages to this. It is a just list of names. So it's like a old school, like college basketball tryouts, like where you just post the names straight online.
I wish you had the people that didn't pass.
There seems like there's a lot of people that pass this. I mean, there's 14 pages and the names are about in 6 font. Like congrats to all the lawyers this morning who did pass. There is the name Benjamin Michael Bennett on there. He passed his bar exam.
I love it.
He passed his bar exam. He did it.
Yeah.
He did it.
I mean, what do you think his anxiety level was like?
He texted me. I avoided texting him this morning. I avoided talking to him yesterday.
Did they post it at 12:01?
He said they posted it at 8 a.m. this morning.
Okay, so
I got a text at 7:54 that he passed. He texted me. Well, I don't know if they may have been up early.
Okay.
But he did pass his bar exam.
I mean, do you have like a bucket in front of you to throw up from the anxiety?
I don't know.
I mean,
next time he comes on, we'll have to ask him.
I don't know if I could do that sober. I would probably.
Well, it's 8 o'clock in the morning.
I'm going to be honest. Just even taking my GMAT to get into grad school, and it's on a computer.
Yeah.
It's any requirements. It's GMAT's basically like the ACT or SAT for grad school. Like, and there's nothing at the end, which the end is brutal. Like passing, your bar to get certified. Like same thing you do in your boards as a doctor. Like that would be brutal. There's nothing for business school like that. So I was nice. Like you're like cruising out like senioritis. But to get in, it's like the same thing. So you go through, it's a 4-hour test beam and you have no idea how you're doing. You're taking it. The only thing you know is that now these tests are online. And if you get questions right, they get progressively harder. And I remember Anthony Gonzalez telling me, he's like, if you get to a question that you look at and you have no earthly idea of how to do it, he goes, that means you probably got like 7 or 8 right in a row. He goes, that's where you'll want to be. Then you get it wrong, it'll reset and it'll go back.
What is 2 plus 2?
Yeah, they're fairly difficult.
In trouble.
It's math without calculators too. Like you've got, I could give you the squares all the way up to 15. I could do all these percentages all in my head now just for having to rememorize it. But
like Rain Man.
Or
Will Hunting.
Like 87.5% is 7/8. Like, why do I know that? Because I had to know that. 13 squared is 169. 196 for 14. 225 for 15.
144 for 12, Bob.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I can
those
tell
were
you that.
The easier ones were the lower ones. Like, I knew all those, but like learning the stuff on top of it, getting
it's 100.
Some of those cubes and things, it was just crazy. And it's really the percentages of having to be able to convert decimals over as well. But you go through this, you study, for a couple months, 2-3 months, try to figure this thing out. I made all these note cards, studying. I remember Court and I went to the Cayman Islands for a vacation. I'm like studying and reading down there, going through all these practice tests. And you take this whole test, it's 4 hours. I'll never forget, I'm over in Gehenna is where it's at. It's, snowpocalypse. It was crazy. I'm leaving.
What year was this?
2013.
Was this during the the Arctic freeze? Remember when we had that?
Okay. Yes. Oh, but I'm driving back. There are people sliding off the road.
Yeah.
And all I'm thinking about is like as I'm driving back, so you take this whole test.
And you're in a bomb cyclone or whatever. Like I forget the wording of it.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
The weather was crazy. And I was like, it was happening during the test. They have like one little window and I can just see the flakes the size of silver dollars just falling on the ground the whole time. Like, oh, it's going to be brutal driving home. And I'm like, hopefully I'll be happy about this. And you get done. You don't have a pencil and paper. They give you a dry erase marker and a clear piece of acetate, like a plastic to write on.
An overhead projector, like acetate?
And then you would wipe it off and go. Like you could bring nothing in. So 4 hours, I'm grinding away. My brain is melting. I feel like I'm on some sort of hallucinogen as I'm looking at the screen. Everything looks the same. And I knew I needed to get like probably at least a 600. It's out of 8's the highest you can get. I don't know how it works. And Agonzo had gotten in the 7s. He's like, you get over 7s, you're getting in just about anywhere. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay. And you get done, and then it's like finish. And you click on
Do they have the results like immediately
the
after?
next page is your score.
What would you rather prefer, that or like taking the bar in July and not finding out till October?
When I'd walk out, I'd rather seem like I'd wait, because at the end of that, like looking the finality of like, oh, do I have to do this again?
Imagine if you did that for 4 hours, your brain is melting, and then it said you didn't pass, you had to do it again.
Well, it's like not even a pass for me. His would be pass, no pass. Mine was like, is your score where you think it should be? I ended up getting a 670, so I was pumped. And so I'm driving home in the snow, like, what do we have to drink at the house? It's, Thursday at 2:30. I'm like, I don't care. Like,
Oh boy, a natty light.
Yeah, I don't care. And we're gonna go roll around in the snow. But I can only imagine like Mike looking at that, and he just starts scrolling, and he's in the B's.
He's on page 1.
Yeah, so like I don't know if I'd rather be at the top or the bottom. Like, it's really fun time looking around. But like you get there, like, oh gosh. And so he saw, like, that would be just unreal. Benjamin Bennett, like Benjamin Button.
He is like Benjamin Button. So what an all-time weekend, right? First time back in Ohio Stadium, just past the bar, getting to hang out with your old teammates. Newly minted lawyer. You know, practice law. He is technically now a lawyer. It's great stuff.
When are the games?
That's a good question. I don't know when the games are. Maybe court? Is court your games?
I don't know. People always say you're going to practice law. It's like the practice of medicine, Bodie. I go, when are the games?
Yeah, I don't know if I don't know if he's going to be in court. I don't know if he's going to be like a court attorney. Doesn't sound like it.
Maybe like night court.
Like a business attorney. Do the business attorneys go to court?
Not really.
Yeah, they just talk, right? They just talk. They just talk to each other. Anyways, big congrats to him. He did pass his bar. You can do your next
contract for the fan, Bean.
In. He's going to shortchange me. I know it. Rams 30, Vikings 20, Thursday Night Football. Pitt 41, Syracuse 13. Comicord 5 picks. 3 of them pick sixes. More than 131. More than 131 FBS teams. The pick sixes last night. So that was a tough performance. High school football game of the week tonight on the Fan. Olentangy is at Berlin at 7 o'clock. Byers Dublin Subaru overtime with Ryan Baker and Lee Cochran. Tomorrow for us, game day coverage begins at 6:30 a.m. Kickoff, of course, against Nebraska at noon. Timmy and I will have the post-game show. We will go all the way until 7:30. We'll kick it to Jackets coverage live from Smashville.
Put on your jacket.
At 8 o'clock. That's right. Carry the flag. Their mantra should just be plant the flag.
What was the new one this year?
I don't know.
Bake looked it up. Bake knew.
What is the mantra?
He doesn't know.
A couple of years ago, it was out of our blue we rise.
Yeah.
Which I still don't know what that means.
Gotta see it live.
Gotta see it live.
Join the battle.
Join the battle was
Carry
a good one. Carry the flag.
March on.
I'm trying to think of some others. I don't know the team mantra this year. Then on Sunday, you got the Browns at the Ravens, 1 o'clock. 11 a.m. coverage for us on the Fan. Then the Bengals against the Eagles, 1 o'clock too. I mean, that's a nice footballing weekend that you got all your bases covered. And if you're a real sicko, tonight after the World Series, which I won't be watching much of that, but if I do,
UNLV Boise.
No, 11 p.m. tonight. Rutgers at USC.
Oh yeah,
11 o'clock banger out in L.A.
I mean, are there two coaches more diametrically opposite than Lincoln Riley and Greg Schiano?
No.
I mean, both of those guys scream where they're like scream.
How about some of those LSU-Bama matchups when it was Coach O and Nick Saban?
Well, Coach O is tremendous because he is like
no English.
Yes. So here's the best part. Jacob Hester and I do XM together, and so I do some stuff. T-Bob Hebert is Hester's co-host.
Bobby Hebert's son.
So he's Bobby Hebert's
son. Sounds like a guy who calls in to Paul Feinbaum.
It was dad. Have you heard Bobby Hebert talk?
I have not.
The version of English he speaks is not like
It's like this. It's like this.
I'm glad you didn't have that Ralph on solid food. You wouldn't have got past number 1.
I don't know what he said.
It's like the water boy.
That's 100%. So that's where Bobby Hebert talks like that. I always thought he was like half drunk because I could never understand him. And so T-Bob is his son, and you're like this, and it's Benjamin Michael Bennett IV. T-Bob is Robert Hebert III. Down there, they call you T for like Trey Bob or
Triple Bob.
So it's T-Bob. His son, by the way, also Bob.
So you would be T-Bob.
I would be a T-Bob.
You're a T-Bob.
I feel like I missed out on the Trey or the T-Bob. His son, Quad Bob.
Q Bob.
Mine just got RJ.
What about F Bob? 4 Bob.
Exactly. Quad Bob. Q Bob sounds way better. So
you're a T Bob. He's a Q Bob.
But after talking to Hester, like, they're from like the A-Bears are from. I mean, they're heavy Creole. It's like down in the toe of the boot. Like down in where they're riding the P-row boats.
I'd like to go to the toe of the boot sometime.
You better make sure that you know somebody that you're going with.
I'll go with T-Bob.
Yeah. I don't know if T-Bob grew up, I think, in Atlanta.
Go with Brian Kelly. He's hanging around down there.
Yeah, BK. He's Coach, the people that go down there are the people that are on Duck Dynasty. Like that's the type of deal there.
Like True Detective?
True Detective. And T-Bob told me this, or Hester did. He goes, Bobby Hebert and Coach O went to high school together, and I'm like,
all makes sense.
I was like, wow, that was the final key ingredient that pulled me out of the Matrix, and now I'm like, that makes all the sense in the world. So that is how people from there talk. That's just there. And I thought they didn't know each other, whatever, but they are from the same area.
South Lafourche.
You see where that is on a map?
Lafourche.
Click. No, it's Lafourche.
Lafourche. Yeah. Oh, it's way down there,
dude. You look at that, like, it's not New Orleans. It is.
Oh, it's its own. That's its own country.
It really is. It's like an island.
I didn't even. Yeah, you'd have to have an airboat to just get around.
Yeah, it's wild.
That is way.
I told T-Bob, you got to take me down sometime. T-Bob speaks normal English. I go, can you
get into it?
Divulge, like, or can you digress down into that speech though? Like your dad has it. Can you go into that accent? Like if I need to, I mean, I'm from Appalachia. I can get back into it if I need to. I work a long time to kind of smooth it out. But I mean, Coach, you go down there, my wife especially, you get back into it. It comes back quick, fast, in a hurry. I don't know if T-Bob's will or not. I got to ask him.
One Buckeye player on this roster is like a wise old mage. That's next. Morning Juice right here on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now, we are still watching heavy traffic on I-270 southbound, just past the 33 split on the southeast side. Crews are working to clear up a 5-vehicle crash. Right now, the left 2 lanes are blocked off just past the 270-33 split. Also on 33, the right lane blocked off going westbound just past 270. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Great Lakes Kia. Take the winning drive to Great Lakes Kia. Great cars, great people. Great Lakes Kia. Visit greatlateskia.com.
Come November, I'll need an ACA health insurance plan. And thanks to Health Markets, searching for a plan can be easier. When you go to healthmarkets.com, you can find a licensed insurance agent right in your area. They'll even take you through the plans in person. And their help doesn't cost you anything. That's what I like.
Discover the advantages of real personalized service today at healthmarkets.com. Health Markets Insurance Agency, Inc. is licensed as an insurance agency nationwide except in Massachusetts. Sales agents may be compensated based on a consumer's enrollment in an insurance plan. No obligation to enroll, paid after portrayal.
A vote for Sherrod Brown is a vote against Donald Trump. Sherrod Brown has spent 31 years in Washington, D.C., backing radical liberal policies.
Late-term partial birth abortion, where the baby is partially delivered alive. Trans biological men in girls' sports and bathrooms. Puberty blockers and even sex change surgery for children. Amnesty for 11 million illegal immigrants.
Brown's liberal policies are the opposite of the Trump agenda, and Brown would oppose Trump at every turn. To undo the damage of the last 4 years, President Trump and Ohio need Republican Bernie Moreno in the Senate. 6 more years of Sherrod Brown? He's for they, them, not you. Sherrod Brown has let us down. He's way too liberal for Ohio.
Senate Leadership Fund paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. www.senateleadershipfund.org.
From the mind of a 2-foot-tall talking spokes puppet comes this year's biggest challenge. It's time for Bob's Dare to Compare, the hottest game show on TV that asks, what happens when you compare Bob's to the competition? You get style. You get quality. You get beeps and boops and dings and whomps. And thousands of dollars in savings. Everyone's a winner when you dare to compare with Bob's Discount Furniture. Shop in store or at mybobs.com to play now.
Here at The Fan, we give you 14 hours of live and local programming every day. We care about you. We live and work in your community. Except Bo Bishop. He won't tell us where the hell he is. Your live and local station. Except Bo. The Fan.
The time to save big is now. It's Ford Truck Month at your local Ford dealer, and the time to buy is now. Make way for great offers across an amazing lineup of Ford trucks, featuring the built Ford Tough F-150 and Super Duty. Check out the versatile Ford Maverick and the capable Ford Ranger. But you can't wait. These limited Truck Month deals won't last. Check it all out at buyfordnow.com. Then get over to your local Ford dealer today. Hurry in, as these deals won't last long.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change wants to help ease your oil change anxiety with a few moments of automotive peace.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Quality, transparency, integrity, craftsmanship, and consistency. Those are the words that seem lost by many in the construction industry, but not on Newman Roofing. Because when your name is on it, it just means more. NewmanRoofing.com.
You know, Ohio's Supreme Court makes headlines for the wrong reasons. They even ruled it's okay for boneless chicken wings to have bones that can choke kids.
But we can stop their extreme one-party politics by voting for Mike Donnelly, Melody Stewart, and Lisa Forbes for Ohio's Supreme Court.
Right. Ohio's newspapers say Donnelly, Stewart, and Forbes are the clear choice.
We need an experienced, independent court we can trust. And Donnelly, Stewart, and Forbes will judge the Reproductive Freedom Amendment fairly and honestly, protecting our rights, safety, and families.
Ohioans deserve independent justice, transparency, and equal treatment under the law. That's why we really need Donnelly, Stewart, and Forbes to provide checks and balances.
Don't stop fighting for your rights, freedoms, and choices. But do remember to vote for Mike Donnelly, Melody Stewart, and Lisa Forbes.
Paid for by Donnelly for Supreme Court, Stewart for Ohio Supreme Court, and Forbes for Justice.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Time now to check in on that weather report. Today, looking at cloudy skies with a few showers, high 73. Saturday, partly cloudy, high 62. Then on Sunday, temperatures will be a little bit cooler. We'll be looking at mostly sunny skies with a high of 60. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your 10 TV weather impact forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
FanDuel is the exclusive online sportsbook partner of Morning Juice. Just sign up at FanDuel.com/juice. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Bobby is known as the General. Beamer is known as Beamer. This is Morning Juice.
AJ Hawk, he's coming up here, 8:33, a little bit later on here this morning. What a great weekend we've got in store. We got football tonight. Last week of high school football, week number 10. Got that going for us, which is great. You got Rutgers and USC tonight at 11 o'clock, if you're into that sort of thing. And then tomorrow, just right out of the gate, noon. Love a noon banger, especially after a bye week.
Yeah, it'll be a good one. I like a 3:30 start more. I know Chops hates the 3:30 start with the Fire of 1,000 Suns, but it's nice for a game like this. It gives you time to get down there, relax a little bit. It's warmed up. It's not going to chew up the evening, but it's going to give you a little bit of juice. But this will be good. Big noon kick. A lot of pomp and circumstance around it, so everybody's fired up. Should be a good one. And we got some good games tonight. You mentioned Rutgers, USC, Boise, UNLV at 10:30. Get a chance to watch Ashton Genty.
Think they'll give me a multi-box to watch on YouTube TV for those?
I think so.
Okay, good.
You got Louisville, Boston College, too, earlier on. So just watch watch former Ohio State offensive coordinator Bill O'Brien, see what he's doing out there. With all that. So, yeah, it should be a fun little viewing weekend. Tomorrow is action-packed, Beam, with the games that are going to be out there. A lot of top 25 matchups.
It's a good Big Ten weekend, too. It's a pretty good Big Ten weekend.
Penn State at Wisconsin, I think, is going to be a nice one. And we'll see Illinois at Oregon, how that
I think Washington, Indiana, too, with Curtis Rourke being down. Like, what do the Hoosiers look like? It's a cross-country flight for Washington, having to play noon. That's 9 a.m. local time for them.
They didn't do them any favors on that.
No, they didn't.
That poor game should be a better one. They smashed it into BTN.
Yeah, they did. That deserves better treatment. But they are getting game day tomorrow. Like, they do get that.
I mean, we talked to Heather Dinich yesterday on XM. And she's like, never, she's an IU grad. And she goes, never in my life did I ever think that game day would be there. She's like,
well, why would it be?
No one ever asked, like, and she goes, it's nice being from Indiana because I never had a stake in what I was covering. People would never could say you're biased. She's like, Indiana was never in the mix. Like, no. Oh, you're biased. You like Indiana? Like, I went to Indiana. They're never in it.
So I think that the Roth Dog went to the game last weekend, the Indiana game against Nebraska.
So drunk he had to take the next day off.
So I was talking to him earlier in the week. I got done recording the podcast and stayed until 10:45, 11, and I was just chatting with him. I think going back to B-Town gave him the fountain of youth. I've never seen Rothman wear more backwards hats than I have been seeing this week.
Doing his full Tony
It's
Romo.
like the Steve Buscemi. Hello, fellow kids. How do you do? Like, that's kind of what he's got going on. And I was watching the Ryan Day show yesterday on YouTube, which you can watch every show on YouTube. I was getting out of my silo, and Roth Dog was just sitting in here. I don't know if he knew that the camera was on. It was like a voyeur. I was just watching AR,
voyeurism.
Listening to the show, listening to Ryan Day.
I'm watching him listen to Ryan.
Exactly. And he was just in here with his hat on backwards, looking great. I'm like, he doubled down on the backwards hat.
He is, man. Ready to rock.
He was telling me stories about going back there in his wild college times. And I think he's like, it's really amazing. You go back there and think of that. Back in the day, it was so long ago. I used to run this place. Said you go to the frat house.
Oh yeah,
you go back. Come on,
St. Elmo's Fire. You can get any good weed around here, Roth, and that's it. That's him. All the erotic delights men dare not dream of.
It was great.
Smoky treats.
Great time talking to him this week. But he said the same exact thing. He's like, never would you have expected this with Indiana.
It's
Who's
awesome.
Starting that quarterback for the Hoosiers
Tavon
tomorrow?
Jackson, I think, who who came in relief, who played well.
Was he 7 for 8? A few touchdowns.
Like they kept pouring it on when he was in there.
They weren't close. I wasn't sure if he was another transfer or what. So
I'm not
they should
sure.
be okay tomorrow, but probably need Rourke back before they get
to
Columbus. Right?
If they want to try to make the playoff, I think they'll need Rourke.
But I think he is planning on coming back, like maybe next week against Sparty.
Indiana, though, I was talking with my dad about this last weekend. They could be in good shape. Even if they lose to Ohio State, they could be
11-1. They're getting in,
and they could be a team that they actually would rather not play in the Big Ten title game, right? Because you don't want that second loss potentially that could kick you out.
If you're 11-1, that's perfect. They got to beat Michigan. That'll be tough, and then Washington, obviously, this week. But I told Heather, we were talking. I was like, Indiana was always great. We go over there. It was such a fun game. Nooner, we usually be on the bench by halftime, hanging out. There was so few people there, and it's so quiet. Like, their student section was great at heckling.
Everybody would leave because their tailgating situation, and if you're a Buckeye fan, that you know that their tailgating situation is really good because across from the stadium, they have that big open field. That's on the other side of the stadium. I'm talking about like on the south side or whatever, like behind one of their end zones. It's just a giant field where everybody goes to tailgate. And everybody would just go there.
Get super drunk. And so
usually at halftime.
So their student section would be great. They would really heckle the crap out of us. And it was very personal, and you could hear it all, like mom, wife, your girlfriend, sister, and family, what you did in high school. I mean, they did the research on the internet back then before you had the phone. They would show up studied and ready to go. And so I forget, we beat them. I think it was my sophomore year we played there. We played there my sophomore and senior year. It's one of the two. I think it was my sophomore. And I told Heather, I watched this, what looked to be a couple arguing after the game. Okay. Both seemed heavily intoxicated. We're sitting in the bus waiting for everybody. Tress to wrap up his presser. And she's pointing one thing, he's like pointing the other way. And you can see there's this big disagreement going on. And they've got a little bit of those sways going, like Mortal Kombat, but not real bad, but a little bit. I mean, it's like 3:30.
The ground is moving a little bit.
Yeah, you can see like there may have been some seismic activity underneath them. Mm-hmm. And then I watch him say something, and then she just throws up right at his feet.
Awesome.
And he like throws his hands up, walks away. We can't hear anything. It's a silent movie. It's you watching Rothman, just simply voyeurism. And then I go over and like, okay, and like he puts her arm around, like see her Peter make up and like kind of helps her walking. I'm like, oh, they're gonna walk home, and I'm watching, we're following. We got nothing else to do. This was pre-smartphone. So this is where you had what the heck is it called? Your mindfulness. This was my mindfulness. escaping the technology. And I watched them walk over to tailgate, and I'll be damned if she doesn't pick up a beer, crack one open, and start drinking it.
Hey, puke and rally is a real term.
I'm like, they may lose every time in the stadium, but they always win the tailgate.
AJ Hawk, he's going to join us. We'll preview today's FAC with him next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Still watching a crash on the ramp from 70 eastbound to 71 northbound. And the right lane is blocked on 70 westbound on the far east side. There's a crash just past Hamilton Road that has the right lane blocked going westbound. And then on the northeast side on 161, expect slow-moving traffic because of a crash in those eastbound lanes right just past Hamilton Road. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic sponsored by Pella Windows and Doors, voted by Columbus homeowners as the leading and most trusted window brand. Find out why at PellaColumbus.com or at their brand new Polaris showroom.
Direct auto insurance is for uncompromisers, like Matt. When his old car insurance got so expensive, do you think he walked until his sneakers wore out? No, because he found savings with Direct Auto so he could drive instead of compromise. With savings of up to 25% on state minimum coverage, you too can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a free quote at directauto.com or a store near you. Savings vary, terms apply. National General Group, Winston-Salem.
Welcome, Columbus, to the all-new Toyota Direct. We've expanded our showroom, enhanced our service with 6 lanes, 85 bays, and 65 techs. Enjoy the new lounges with all of the comforts and extras. And now get 0% for up to 72 months on 100% of all new 24 and 25 Toyotas. Come see your all-new Toyota Direct, the area's #1 Toyota dealer.
0% for 72 on a new 24 Tundra with approved credit. Max financed MSRP on vehicle. Cannot combine offers. Must take delivery from dealer stock by 10/31/24. See dealer for details.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Your small business can save big with the SACA benefit plan. 844-MEDOhio.com. That's 844-MEDOhio.com. Anthem's SACA benefit plan. 844-MEDOhio.com.
The super sale is back Friday and Saturday only at Meijer. Shop super low prices on game day and tailgate favorites like Hillshire Farm Little Smokies, just $3.49. Fresh from Meijer vegetable or fruit trays. Buy one, get one for $1. And hell of a good refrigerated dips. Buy one, get one free. Shop super low Meijer prices while supplies last and get the same prices in-store and online. Shop the Meijer Super Sale this Friday and Saturday only. Exclusions apply. See all deals in-store or in the Meijer app.
Leaves changing in the nighttime air is cool. Fall is the perfect time to have the Waterworks inspect and tune up your furnace. Protect your family against those wintertime furnace breakdowns. Call 614-232-2222 now to schedule.
The Buckeyes are back home at the shoe for a Big Ten battle with Nebraska.
Live fan coverage starts Saturday morning at 6:30 with the Kick at Noon.
Every game, every season, your home of the Buckeyes, the Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Football is all about winning, and so is the Hinderer Motor Company. This is Justin Hinderer. With 4 dealerships and a collision center, we've got everything you need to stay game day ready. Don't forget our Carvenience service, the most convenient way to service your vehicle. We pick it up, drop off a rental, and we bring it back to you when it's done. Plus, every vehicle comes with a lifetime powertrain warranty. Hinderer Motor Company, where convenience and confidence meet. Visit HindererMotorCompany.com. We love what moves you.
We all know Central Ohio's growing fast. It's making traffic worse and life more expensive. That's why voting yes on Issue 47 is so important. Issue 47 will help folks get to work faster and cheaper by creating Coda Rapid Bus Service. That means more routes, better hours, and more reliable service. That will expand access to transportation for everyone in our community, from the elderly to the disabled, to veterans and students. And Issue 47 will make our neighborhoods safer and more walkable by building 500 miles of sidewalks, trails, and bikeways. When we pass Issue 47, we'll get $1 billion in matching funds from the federal government to pay for it. We're already sending our tax dollars to D.C. Let's bring some of that money home to help our community. Issue 47 means safer neighborhoods and a better quality of life for our families. It's an easy call. Vote yes on Issue 47. Paid for by moving Central Ohio forward.
At the Home Depot, we know Saturdays are for college football. That's why we have everything you need to never miss a play, like Bear Dynasty interior paint, their most durable one-coat hide paint ever. From a team color statement wall to a fan cave, complete with a mural honoring Nick Saban's 17-year dynasty.
Hey, I like that idea.
Nothing beats Bear Dynasty interior paint. It's everything you need all in one can.
Defend your game time with Bear and the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Valid only when tinted to colors from the Bear Dynasty and Marquee Interior One-Coat Hide Color Collection.
IBM and ESPN are unveiling enhancements to the ESPN Fantasy app that put Watson X-powered insights directly in users' hands, giving them access to personalized, data-driven information, such as personalized player grades based on each team's needs, predictions of each player's potential upside and downside, and transparent explanations of AI-generated player grades. Entering its 8th consecutive year, the collaboration between IBM and ESPN Fantasy Football continues to transform football data into compelling and helpful information for fantasy team owners. Sponsored by IBM.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. FeelGreatColumbus.com. The Fan.
Counting down the days until Shark's retirement. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Friday edition of the program coming up here Monday at this very time. This is like a horizontal diagonal tease all the way through the weekend. Joshua Parrott, he's going to join the program. We'll talk a recap of the Buckeyes against the Huskers and all the college football that you saw this weekend. That's coming up Monday at 8:33. But on Fridays at this time,
a man with many career achievements. Leading tackler in Centerville football history. Leading tackler in Green Bay Packers history. Still afraid of Larry Knopfsinger. And the crowning achievement, the third member of the Island Boys, A.J. Hawk.
Sponsored by FanDuel, the exclusive online sportsbook partner of Morning Juice. Just sign up at FanDuel.com/juice.
as we head out to the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline, check with our good friend. He is A.J. Hawk. Got the engine rumbling this Friday. AJ, what do you got in plan for the FAC? Should be an awesome afternoon in Columbus.
Yeah, it should be. I'll be coming back from Indy, but you never know, man. We'll see what happens tonight when I get back. But yeah, like I said before, the last couple of weeks, man, I'm enjoying this beautiful fall weather as trick or treat, is upon us next week.
Well, Chopper said you can just get the FAC started once you cross the Ohio border. On the ride home.
Yeah, there is an old school mentality that Chopper does have about that kind of stuff, Bob. That generation is pretty impressive.
Hey,
how they, their work-life balance.
Well, you're working, you're living life, you're doing it together, you're having a good time, and you don't want to waste a moment. And that's what you love about your guy, Chopper Quinn. It's amazing. I was off Wednesday, and they had Jack, our guy Jack, and Mr. Johnson on. And I'm so mad that I wasn't here to be able to have him. We're going to try to get him on more regularly on Wednesdays so we can kind of play you guys back and forth against each other with everything that's going on. His costume, the hot dog and taco looked pretty good. I don't think with Kel's, did Laura and Kelly, do they have like a little competition for the best Halloween costume for couples?
I don't even know. Laura's out of town. I don't know if she's even seen what they were wearing. I just saw some video from my mother-in-law showed me. Jack was killing it at karaoke at the team party.
Really?
And it was awesome. Yeah, it was great. Jack loves Elvis, loves old school stuff. He's singing like slow Elvis ballads, and that's just so Jack Johnson. So I was pumped to see a little video of that. I doubt it'll be public, but I know Kelly, his wife, took some video of him. She was very supportive, and Jack's got great stage presence, honestly. He really does.
What's your stage presence and what's your karaoke song?
My stage presence is I leave that to the professionals like Bob. Like Bob has stage presence. He knows how to get the crowd frothed up. But I don't really, any karaoke song you do, I just feel like you sing along. It's after the first little bit, the crowd's got to take over, and then you're just kind of, just facilitating back and forth and let them go. So you just got to find a way to get them involved.
Let me tell you, so we were in Louisville last weekend, and for the first time ever, it had been a bucket list thing for me to do karaoke. I did Midnight Train to Georgia by Gladys Knight. That's a tough karaoke song, AJ. So I would suggest your next time that you do that, not doing Gladys Knight, because that was a tough sell to the audience.
Yeah, that's like a fear factor show, like trying to get people to enjoy that. Like, that's tough, man. Like, anything that's, like there's some good Journey things, like all the everyone knows a lot of classics to just get the people to sing back at you. I think that's the key.
So, Age, I know you say you don't have great stage presence, but we just had your event up there, the Hawks Locks for Tots on Saturday night, Halloween theme, moved it from the summer to the autumn. Unbelievable Beetlejuice costume. Beebs looked tremendous as well. And the crowd, I mean, they were in the palm of your hand, hanging on the tip of every word, on the tip of your tongue with that Beetlejuice costume on. And so maybe you just do your best performing when you're role playing and maybe kind of dressed up a little bit. I mean, that makes sense kind of with some of the things that, are in your life and how you operate with all that. But what are the plans for this weekend? You said Beeb's out of town. Is she coming back? We going to the game? Like, what do we got going?
No, we're still playing some football here. So my sixth graders got football scrimmage on Saturday. So I won't be going to the game. I'll be getting home in time to watch it. Yeah, my wife, she'll get back late Saturday night at some point. But also, it's my brother-in-law, Brady Quinn. His birthday is coming up, too. So got to celebrate him as well. And they're in town for the big noon kickoff. I know last night, I don't know if you went or not to Urban's. They had the charity event there. I got to see Brady quickly before he went. But, yeah, big noon kickoffs here, I believe, this week and next week. Or no, I mean next week they're at Penn State. But, yeah, so I think it's gonna be a fun weekend, man. I'm sure I'll see Brady after the game Saturday night at some point.
He is AJ Hawk with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. I mean, I know that you have a myriad of different costumes, AJ. For Trick or Treat next week, what are you going as? Are you recycling Beetlejuice again?
I am not recycling Beetlejuice. I'm trying to figure it out, to tell you the truth. I got multiple different things that I'm trying to put together.
What about a Scream mask? Don't you have that at your house?
I do have that somewhere now, thanks to Bob. We'll do it. Man, it's not a bad idea, Bob. I need to find that again. I have a couple of different, remember when, was it Edelman and Chris Long, they found those, super realistic masks that they wore, that they looked like each other, they looked like different people. I've been trying to find those on the internet for a long time, and every time I order one of these that I think is right, it's terrible. It comes in, it's super cheap, and it took 4 months to get to me, so I don't really know. I got to find out where the real Halloween people are.
So you're talking about like a real face-off situation.
Yeah, it's a great movie. Travolta obviously killed it in that, and so did Nicolas Cage. The youngsters don't know about that, but the movie Face Off was very, very good. And yeah, exactly. I need something as realistic as that.
Well, don't sell yourself short, AJ. Listen, the stunt double that you did for the new Beetlejuice was amazing.
It looked pretty realistic.
You filled right in. I could not tell a difference when you were in there doing the stunts.
Well, thank you, Bob. I appreciate it. Wait, the second Beetlejuice, the one that just came out?
Yeah, you and Michael Keaton.
I haven't even seen it, so I don't know if he's doing any weird things in there. But
nothing weirder than you normally do.
Well, it's all right. Thank you. I still love the original, but I do need to see the second one.
I saw a fun fact about the original Beetlejuice movie, which blew my mind. Michael Keaton in the original Beetlejuice, AJ, is only on screen for 13 minutes in the original movie.
I mean, I did not know that, but that just shows you how great he is, obviously. You feel like he's in every single scene. But, yeah, what a weird movie, too. When you go back and watch that, I remember when we first went back and watched it with our kids, Beetlejuice is such a unique, weird movie that I was like, man, I'm just into how weird it was. And when they were filming it and writing it and all that, what was that like during that time? That's what intrigues me about that movie.
Oh, it's very intriguing. How do you feel about the Buckeyes, Nebraska, getting off the schneid, getting a win, getting that bad taste out of their mouth?
Yeah, I think it's good. I mean, obviously Nebraska getting blasted, you're going to get their best shot coming into town. But I think it's going to be good. It feels like they've been, the Bucs have been on a bye week for a month and a half now. With just having 1 week without them playing feels like forever. I think they're itching to get back out there, and I can't wait. Hopefully they go out there, get off to a fast start, physical, try to turn the ball over on defense a few times, and keep this offense rolling. So I'm looking for great things. I think this week, next week, obviously it's going to be. I think the team's going to get better and better playing against this good competition, and I look forward to it.
AJ, always appreciate the time. Thanks for hopping on with us here this morning. Try not to knock anything over on Pat's desk this morning. Be safe getting back home to Columbus with that sun going down, and we'll check in again next week, all right?
All right, thanks, guys. I'll do my best.
Here he goes. AJ Hawk with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. 3 keys to a Buckeye victory next. Morning Juice right here on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good morning. Right now, a couple crashes we're still watching. The first on I-70 right near Hamilton Road going westbound. We've got the right lane still blocked off. 161 eastbound just past Hamilton Road as well. We've got the left lane blocked off and crews working to clear a crash. And out in Marysville on 33 westbound just past 36, we've got a crash blocking the left lane. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steckerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Great Lakes Kia. Take the winning drive to Great Lakes Kia. Great cars, great people. Great Lakes Kia. Visit greatlateskia.com.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change will help ease your oil change-anxiety. Picture expert technicians who are quick but not rushed. When you hear the bell, breathe in and out. Now, let go of your oil change-anxiety. Visit Valvoline Instant Oil Change today and find automotive peace. No appointment needed.
This year's starting lineup at Honda Marysville is as strong as ever, so come see us.
Choose from Ohio's largest selection of Hondas and get 0% for 60 on any new CRV, HRV, Passport, Pilot, or Ridgeline with the trade.
Honda's built here, Honda's sold here. Honda Marysville. We're closer than you think.
0% with approved credit and 80% of MSRP financed. 2010 or newer trade with KBB appraisal at $2,500 or more. Must take delivery from dealer stock 10/31/24.
Hey, Ohio, Prime Sports has arrived. The only book where you can lay 108 instead of 110 on all your favorite teams. Football, baseball, basketball, hockey. Why would you risk more to win the same amount at another sports book? Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com, and use promo code JUSTSPORTS to get a welcome bonus up to $100. And be a member of the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 or older and present in Ohio. If you or anyone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Trust & Will knows that you're likely celebrating a loved one's birthday this month because fall is the most popular birthday season in America. And Trust & Will celebrates by protecting what matters most. Trust & Will makes estate planning easy and affordable, designed by attorneys but customized by you. Visit trustandwill.com with offer code Columbus for 10% off. That's trustandwill.com, offer code Columbus. Trust & Will is an online service providing legal forms and information. It is not a law firm and is not a substitute for the advice of an attorney.
It's Sunday Night Football on the Fan. Catch the Cowboys and 49ers from the Field of Jeans. Live coverage starts Sunday at 7:30.
Sponsored by Roosters, a fun casual joint.
Your radio home of the NFL, the Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Thank you for calling Great Lakes. Great Lakes Kia.
Do you like scary movies?
Nah, they don't scare me.
What does scare you?
High car payments. They make me want to scream.
And at Great Lakes Kia?
We have brand new Kias under $5 a day. Come pick one out.
Maybe I'm already here.
Cool. Lease new 24 Kia Forte LXS, EV6 Wind, and Sorrento LX. All three under $5 a day.
That's only $139 a month for 24 months.
Plus new 24 Kia Telluride LX under $8 a day.
$249 for 24 months.
At Great Lakes Kia.
What if I have scary credit?
No problem. Get approved with 0% financing.
Perfect. And I'm right behind you.
Oh, hi.
Hello.
Great cars, great people, Great Lakes Kia.
In Columbus, GreatLakesKia.com.
Can I hang up now?
To qualified buyers, visit GreatLakesKia.com for details.
Are you ready to build your company's dream team? Just like in sports, finding skilled players is essential for success. With Robert Half's winning combination of specialized recruiting professionals and award-winning AI, we'll help you find the MVPs and key role players who will have you hanging banners in the rafters. Because in business, it's all about having the experienced team on your side. At Robert Half, we know talent. Visit roberthalf.com today.
It's football season, and Vivid Seats is your ultimate destination for all the action on the gridiron. With a game-changing rewards program, plus an amazing selection of tickets, Vivid Seats ensures that every fan can catch their favorite teams and players in action. Vivid Seats has you covered with deals that cater to every football enthusiast. And all tickets come back by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Just visit vividseats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
Fan and weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We have made it to the weekend, and with that, we are going to be tracking a small chance of rain. We have a 20% chance of rain today. Otherwise, cloudy, high 73. Chilly tonight, low 46. Partly cloudy tomorrow, high 62. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your 10 TV weather impact forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
Want to know anything about the Fans contest, how to win, or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
You're listening to Rob Manfred's least favorite radio show. This is Morning Juice.
Wrapping things up here, Football Friday edition of the program. And we here on The Juice, brought to you by our good friends over at Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. You can always visit them on the line at feelgreatcolumbus.com. Uncle Bo and the boys are going to be up after we are done. Timmy May going to be in with them on Football Friday. He's out here meandering the hallways, talking to fish about God knows what.
It's like Bevo out there.
He is. By the way, all-time college football moment, the Bevo and the Uga run-in.
Oh, yeah.
That was an all-time moment. Maybe one of my favorite non-football college football moments of all time.
Yeah, the Cows, they get nervous. They're called Bulldogs for a reason. Like, they get nervous around. They don't like those guys because they can jump up and bite their throat.
Is that really why they're called Bulldogs?
I think they're like pit bull. I think they were bred. There's some origin to I used to know this. I don't anymore. Yeah, they don't like those little doggies being around them.
The first reference to the word bulldog is dated to 1631 or 1632 in a letter by a man named Prestwick Eaton as a procure me two good bulldogs and let them sent first by ye ship. The designation bull was applied because of the dog's use in the sport of bull baiting.
Yeah.
This entailed the setting of the dogs after placing wagers on each dog onto a tethered bull. The dog grabbed the bull by the nose and pinned it to the ground would be the victor. You're right. You nailed it. It's a bullfighting dog.
So Bevo's got 400 years of evidence here that these guys.
That's amazing. I never even thought about that.
There you go.
That's remarkable.
You learn something new every day.
Look at us go.
Fun and drama.
Look at you go.
Yeah. So I know a little bit about a little bit. Not really a master.
Does it feel good to know a little bit about something? A little bit about a multitude variety of different things.
The one thing I've been able to retain, I try to listen when people talk. It's a novel concept.
You don't just hear them?
Yeah. Jordan Peterson, one of his things is like, pretend that the person you're talking to actually knows something. And he's like, you may learn something when you do that. And it's one of his rules for life. So everyone I've always tried to listen, pay attention. I was describing to my son, his son hurt his shoulder and talking to him about the injury, and my son's like, how do you know so much? I'm like, well, when doctors would talk about shoulder stuff, and especially they're talking about my shoulder, I'm listening very carefully to how it's constructed, what's going on, what's good, what's bad. I try to ask questions and follow up on it. I'm like, that's kind of how you learn things. So I've been able to remember stuff for a long portion of my life. Now it's been harder, Beam. I don't really have the same ability to retain that I used to. And some of the things in the hard drive have gotten scrambled over the years. But some of it's still floating around up there.
Got any more brain busters for me that you want to drop on me on this Friday?
Big brain on Brad.
Look at the big brain on Brad. How's he doing in that movie?
No, he doesn't. It doesn't end up very well for Brad.
Zed's dead, baby.
Yeah, that's a bad one.
3 keys to a Buckeye victory. You want me to go first, or you want to go first?
Why don't you take it?
All right, I'll go first. First key to a Buckeye victory, early and often get after Dylan Raiola. I think it's pretty simple. I mean, he was pressured a lot against Nebraska or against Indiana. Made some mistakes. He's a freshman. He's good. He's going to be good. We know that. But he is still a young quarterback. They're coming to your house. You've been eating or drinking the L juice for the last couple of weeks. Like, get after him early and often.
That's, I'll echo that. The defensive line, it's pressure on the quarterback. Some defensive line, some second level. However they do that, Beam, that's something that they need to ultimately do. So that'll be my first, and then I'll give you my second. It's kind of the other side of that. Indiana brought a lot of pressure against Nebraska. Nebraska is a really good defense. They were top 25 defense coming into that game. Now, Indiana diced them up, but they're going to be able to pose a threat. They've got to be able to establish the run. Nebraska's got a good front four. If you go back and watch that Colorado game, and Colorado's a good team. They got after him up front. And so this offensive line, Zen Michalski, going to have to anchor in, play well. Hopefully Tiger's feeling good. He's back in a good spot and kind of rebalance and make sure they reorient with the new starter how that offensive line is going to look, rushing the football and also protecting will.
That was going to be second key for me, too. Establish the run, establish it early, get after these guys up front, because they'll do some different things, too. They'll throw some different looks at you and kind of mix it up on the defensive side of the ball. So it's an offensive line game for me. Again, Zen Michalski's going to be a big part of that, with Josh Simmons being down for the entire year. So step one of not being a finished product.
Got a hole in the box.
Yeah, you want him to be a finished product by the time that you get to November. It's not all going to happen tomorrow, but the reshuffling of the offensive line, I think, is very imperative for this Ohio State team right now. And to have a good first performance after your first loss of the season, I think it's critical.
That's huge. And then the last part is the big plays on defense. They've been pretty good most of the year. Last game they weren't. Get the corners, get the safety situation. Make sure that's straightened out depending on who's all out there. They may have some new guys. I said Lathan day-to-day might not be out there, might not be out there for a little bit. Who knows how that's going to end up working out. But make sure whoever's out there, they're locked in, getting guys to the ground. Coverage is all communicating well in the back end. And then also on the other side, can we take some shots? Let's try to hit some big hits. Here, you may hit them, you may not. But let's press the ball down the field a little bit.
That'd have been a focal point at practice this week, too, with them talking all different kinds of things about the Woody. That would have been a big talking point for this offense. Third key for me, if you get in, if you're one of those guys, Bob, seize the opportunity. Yeah. Take it, right? I mean, you played Ohio State for a reason. So if you're one of these guys who's able to get in the game via injury or just game plan or scheme, whatever, seize your opportunity and take that with you. I mean, we got an awesome weekend on tap here. It's going to be remarkable.
Oh, yeah. Should be a really good one.
62 degrees tomorrow at the Horseshoe, noon banger. Bodie, how's your anxiety level right now?
Getting higher by the minute, Beam.
Okay.
Okay. But like I said, in Al Golden, we trust. In Al Golden, we trust. He will not fail us.
He did a great job this week filling in for Shark. Shark's going to be back on Monday. How do you think Shark's feeling, knowing that his vacation is now over?
2 weeks off, hanging out.
What do you think that 1 a.m. wake-up call for him on Monday morning is going to be?
Sounds terrible.
It really does. It really does.
Before we get a score prediction, Beam?
Before we get out of here today, Bob, our fan poll at 971thefan.com or on Twitter at 971thefan. What'll be the outcome of Ohio State's game against Nebraska? Buckeyes by 1-12, Buckeyes by 13-25, Buckeyes by 26 plus. That's follow the scores. Or Huskers win. What's going to read the final scoreboard to you, Bob?
I like them 38-10.
38-10? Yeah. I'm going to go 38-10. I'm going to go 41-17.
Okay.
I'm going to go 41-17. Bob, I had so much fun today. What do you say we reconvene on a Big Reaction Monday if they allow us? You good with that?
Let's do it.
Everybody have an awesome weekend. Uncle Bo and the boys, including the great Timmy May. He is up with them next. We are back live on Monday morning at 6 a.m. to break everything down. Have a good one. Talk to you then. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there and good morning. Right now we are still watching a couple crashes on 161 right near Hamilton Road. Heading eastbound, watch for crews clearing out a crash. And on 70 westbound, also near Hamilton Road, the right lane blocked off as crews work to clear up an issue. Drivers out in Marysville also can expect to see crews in the left lane blocking 33 westbound just past 36 as they clear up an issue. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic sponsored by Pella Windows and Doors, voted by Columbus homeowners as the leading and most trusted window brand. Find out why at PellaColumbus.com or at their brand new Polaris showroom.
This is a Fan Action Update.
Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit primesportsbook.com and use the promo code JUSTSPORTS for a welcome bonus of up to $100. Friday night games tend to deliver drama. Tonight, Louisville's a touchdown favorite on the road at BC. Boise is a 3.5-point road favorite in a big game against UNLV. And USC's a 2-touchdown favorite at home against Rutgers. For your Prime Sports Action Update, I'm Scotty Vegas.
There was a time where I woke up every day and my knee kept bothering me. I wondered, would it ever get better? I'd like to go out and run. I'd like to go play golf. I'd like to hang out with my friends at the pool, go off the diving board, play with my kids, do the stuff that I wanted to do. I looked at having surgery, thought that's not the answer. Don't want to do that. I've had plenty of surgeries in my life. I didn't want to be on medication and just keep pounding ibuprofen and pain pills. That wasn't going to be the answer. So I want to get real, lasting relief. As thousands of patients will tell you. So I went over to QC Kinetics and talked to Dr. Ray Tesner. I even brought my dad with me and said, hey, he's got a bad knee too. He's at a little later stage in life. Could this work for him? QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in cellular therapies, including your own body's healing properties. That's what I wanted, to get healed up and do it the natural way. The choice is yours. So go check them out at qckinetics.com/Columbus. They've got offices in Dublin and in Gehenna, or call 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544.
Looking for your next Subaru? At Byers Airport Subaru, we give you options from start to finish. Browse and shop entirely online from the comfort of your home at columbussubaru.com or stop by and visit one of our friendly brand specialists just by the airport.
Right now, you can get a new 2025 Subaru Outback for 2.9% for up to 72 months.
Whether you prefer to click or come in, we've got you covered. Your journey starts at Byers Airport Subaru. Come see why it's better to buy at Byers.
Subject to credit approval. Financing offer term up to 72 months on 2025 Subaru Outback. Cannot be combined with any other incentive. See dealer for details. Offer ends 10/31/24.
Ohio, ready for some quick mental health facts? Let's go. Nearly 2 million Ohioans live with a mental health condition. In the U.S., more than 50% of people will be diagnosed with a mental illness in their lifetime. Depression is a leading cause of disability worldwide. So why are some of us still stigmatizing people living with a mental health condition when we know all of this? Let's listen to the facts and beat the stigma. Ohio, challenge what you know about mental health at beatthestigma.org.
Progressive knows finding your new home was a dream come true. You wanted it close to town, with a picture window overlooking a yard. And you found it. Now, when you sit down to dinner, you've got front row seats too. Your neighbor's daily pickleball game. Progressive can't save you from your noisy neighbors, but we can save you money when you bundle your home and auto with us. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers not available in all states.
At the Home Depot, we know you can't control everything, like when your guests arrive too early for Saturday college football. But you can control your grill. With the Traeger Timberline XL, you can watch the game, not the grill. Monitor your football feast from anywhere using the Traeger app. With the Timberline XL, you can bake, smoke, sear, fry, and saute. That's Desmond Howard level versatility.
Huddle up, the food's done.
Defend your game time with Traeger and the Home Depot. How doers get more done.